WGNC, AM 1450 and 101.1 FM proudly presents Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball is brought to you by GSM Premium Services and Caramount Health. See how we care. Let's take you to the ballpark. It's time for Atlantic League Baseball action on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Honey Hunters Radio Network. Second night of summer, and boy, does it feel like it. Temperatures up over 100 degrees in Gastonia and the surrounding areas this afternoon and on into this evening. Still feeling about that 100-degree mark, especially down there on the artificial turf. Neither team electing to take batting practice here this afternoon, as want to make sure they save a little gas in the tank for what should be a good night, especially after a really tight game an evening ago on a Tuesday night. Ended up having a barn burner of a game, 8-7 win for your Gastonia Honey Hunters as they move 7.5 games up in the South Division now with that win last night, a High Point loss to Long Island. And they are one step closer to clinching the South Division, which hopefully by the end of next week they should be able to clinch that. And then that game that stands on July 4th, the final game of the first half against High Point, the lone remaining matchup, will just be for fun and, of course, for bragging rights, if you will. But right now, Gastonia in the driver's seat and a chance to lock up the division within the next week or so. That being said, they will have to go on the road here for a 3-game set this weekend at the red-hot Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. 41 wins for Southern Maryland so far here in the first half. They do have the best record. But Gastonia right now playing very well, and we talked about Charleston last night never being out of a ball game. Well, that has reigned pretty true so far here this season as well for your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Last night saw the lead evaporate. Looked like Charleston might do exactly what they did a week ago on Tuesday, and that, of course, was hang around, finally tie it up late in the innings, and then, of course, go to that ninth and knock home a couple runs to take the win. But it was not going to be the case last night, I should say, as, like I said, an 8-7 win for Gastonia. They scored 3 over their final 2 at-bats, including 1 in the bottom of the 8th that ended up winning the game. It was a Luis Roman single to right field. Stu Levy came around to score his 3rd run of the game. He was the player of the game last night. 2 for 3 on the evening. 4 RBIs because both of his hits left the yard to left field. First multi-home run game of the season. That came into last night, even as the everyday guy with only 1 home run. Well, last night he decided to double his effort and launched 2 bombs, coming away with a 2-3 night, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and lifted Gastonia to their 37th win in 2022. Remember, folks, this team last year had 58 wins in the entirety of their first season as a franchise. This year, in the first half alone, not only do they have a chance to lock it all up here within about a week or so, they have 37 wins. So a special year brewing right now for this Gastonia team. And, of course, it starts with the pitching and trickles down onto the lineup. The pitching staff still ranked number 1 in the Atlantic League so far this season. They come in with a league best 3.41 ERA as they enter the game here tonight. A couple of spot starts here this evening. Now, that being said, second straight week we'll see Walker Weichel take the mound. And a spot start for the Charleston, West Virginia Dirty Birds. On the other side for your Honey Hunters, originally it was supposed to be Riley Hovis to get the ball here tonight, but instead it'll be the newcomer and Ian Mckenney. Joined the team last Tuesday, ended up pitching in that game. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned run. The ball game, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Now, a funny note about that 1 hit, it was a game-tying home run by the ever-hot at the plate Nick Longy. As Nick Longy in the lineup again tonight, and a funny exchange between those two as Longy came out of the tunnel. Ian Mckenney happened to be walking from the bullpen back to the dugout, saw Longy and said, hey, do me a favor, try to keep the ball low tonight and not lift it up in the jet stream on me. Nick Longy said, hey, if the fastball was sitting there, I was going to swing at it. A fun exchange between those two, but that just shows you the kind of camaraderie throughout this league and what makes the Atlantic League truly special comparatively to speaking to other professional leagues. Now, it's nothing to take away from other professional baseball leagues, but it's a special time here in the Atlantic League. If you haven't been able to catch a game in person yet, make sure you get out and do just that at some point this season. An unbelievable experience here at Caramount Health Park, so make sure you get down. Not to mention, you get to watch the first team in the South Division as they look to clinch the division within the next week. Ian Mckenney will get the ball tonight for your Honey Hunters, and Walker Weichel will get the ball for Charleston, West Virginia, as they look to even the series at a game apiece. Meanwhile, your Honey Hunters looking to make it 7 of 8 here at home over the last 8 ball games here inside the friendly confines of Caramount Health Park. We will take a break. Back with starting lineups as we take a deeper dive into the matchup tonight and see what we can expect here on a blistering Wednesday night in Gastonia. It's Wind Down Wednesday, though, so come back and join us. We got good baseball around the corner here on the home of the Honey Hunters in 2022, WGNC 1450 AM. 1 FM here in Gastonia, Charlotte. We're back right after this.
Hey kids, have you seen it? Better yet, have you tried it? It's the new look Watson's Kids Zone at Caramount Health Park. The Watson's Kids Zone is new and improved with a slide that I've heard can give you a view of Charlotte. Allegedly. It is the best game day experience possible, and you can find it at Caramount Health Park during every Gastonia Honey Hunters game. The new Watson's Kids Zone at Caramount Health Park. Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramount Health Park. Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
This is Jake Skoll, your favorite outfielder for the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Back in this Wednesday night, getting you set for baseball just around the corner here in Gastonia. Between your Hunters and Charleston, West Virginia for the second straight night, third straight week that a midweek series has broken out between these two. Last night, nothing different from the games that we saw before. Another tight game that involves Charleston, West Virginia. They spent this past weekend a 3-of-4 game series win against High Point, but all 3 wins came via the walk-offs, so they are used to the one-run games. Last night did not work out in their favor, of course. Gastonia coming up with the win as they stood the tide, if you will, of a late inning back. Now, that's something that Charleston, we talked about, is never out of a ball game, especially with the lineup that they have. And Nick Longy was not even in it. He's back in the lineup tonight as we take a look at your starters for the visiting Charleston, West Virginia Dirty Birds. Coming in 23-31 overall. They now sit 14.5 games out of first place in the South Division of the Atlantic League. That's 4th right now in the South Division. They'll start Scott Kelly at second base. He's out in the starting lineup in the leadoff spot. Again, that is now played in all 55 games here so far this season. Leads the league in games played, and he gets the start here tonight at Jack of all trades, the hitting coach for Charleston here in 2020 as well. Nick Heath will bat second out in center field. Connor Justice at short. He will bat third. Nick Longy, like we said, got night off last night, will be back in the lineup here tonight. He's batting 4th in the DH spot. Now, something to keep in mind there, we talked about it, Walker Weichel, not a usual starter. Came into last week, his first start of the season. Had 21 innings pitched before that. Ended up going 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 earned runs. It was a 2 RBI double in the series finale by Jake Skoll that ended up giving only 2 runs needed on the night. 2-0 was the final in that game. It was a 7-inning game, of course, after that long rain delay. A one-hit shutout, though, by the pitching staff as Randall Delgado got the start. 1 hit, 0 runs, and 5 strikeouts, no walks. Torres Costa pitched an inning, had 3 strikeouts of his own. Balaguer came in, slammed the door shut, and got the save. He picked up his 11th save of the season last night. He's now second in the Atlantic League here in 2022, but looking to maybe put a little more breathing on the scoreboard and keep it that way are your Gastonia Honey Hunters here on this Wednesday evening. But a hot and sticky Wednesday here in Gastonia, to say the very least, especially down there on the turf. No cloud cover to be seen. High, wispy, hazy clouds, but that's about it. So the guys on the field here tonight are going to have to pay attention. Either way, to round out the lineup for Charleston, Engel Beltre will be back in the lineup as well. He'll play out at first, batting 5th. Scott Burcham up to the 6th spot tonight, out at 3rd. Cory Bird will bat 7th. He'll play out at 8th. Did not start the game last night, but ended up coming on and got 2 hits, including an RBI single that tied the game in the 7th. Had a double in the 9th, but ended up getting stranded at second base. Jovan Gonzalez will be behind the plate. He'll bat 8th. And Angel Garced out in left field. He will bat 9th. He ended up homering last night to tie the game late in that one as well, but like we said, Gastonia came out in the bottom of the 8th and got a run with 2 outs with Luis Roman, and that was all showed. Walker Weichel will pitch tonight. 3 innings pitched. The 1 hit, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts a week ago in the finale loss of this series. Meanwhile, for the Honey Hunters, take a look at the starting lineup. A little change in the top half of the lineup here tonight is a deserved night off for Jack Reinheimer at shortstop. So Hurley Rodriguez will yet again lead things off. He'll play out in center. Reese Hampton up to the 2 spot out in left tonight. Joey Rosa out at shortstop. He will bat 3rd. Luis Roman will bat 4th out at 3rd. Raider Ascanio will be out at skin. He will bat 5th. Manuel Tapia back in the lineup out at 1st tonight. Zach Jarrett will bat 7th in the DH spot. Jake Skull will be in the 8th spot here tonight for getting the night off an evening ago. He's out in right. And Stuart Levy, the man of the hour last night. 2 for 3, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 3 runs scored, including the game winner. He will be behind the plate once again on this hot Wednesday night in Gastonia. Catching for Ian Mckenney, getting his first start as a Honey Hunter. So far, Ian Mckenney, in his 3 innings pitched, has only surrendered that 1 hit, 1 earned run, which was the home run back in the 6th inning a week ago against Nick Longy. But other than that, a clean sheet for Ian Mckenney, and he will get the start tonight. We'll see how long he goes after just joining the team a week ago. Mckenney, a 5th round by the St. Louis Cardinals back in 2015, ended up bouncing around, spent the early part of this season AAA for the Seattle Mariners. Spent all of his time last year between AA and AAA for the Mariners organization as well. Has been in Seattle's organization since 2019. Spent his first 5 seasons, though, in the minor leagues as a member of the Cardinals. Either way, he'll get the start here tonight. Managers talking it over behind home plate here with the home plate umpire, Owen Ballard, there we go, the 4th. Calvin Baker will move out to 3rd base, and Terrence Jones will be your umpire out at 1st base tonight. And they are going to have to stay hydrated. All these guys are. Gastonia wearing the black tops with the Gastonia across their chest, the honey dripping off the bottom with the white pants. Meanwhile, the road yellow mountain landscape for the Charleston, West Virginia Dirty Birds. A brand new uniform. As we head to the break, we are back in just a moment after the national anthem. First pitch coming your way in Gastonia on this Wednesday night, right after this.
The Gastonia Honey Hunter looking for host families this Atlantic League season. If you have a little free space in your home and a love for the Grand Old game, then hosting a player this summer is a great experience with tons of perks. Call me, Brady Salisbury, at 704-874-1810. That's 704-874-1810.
The Gastonia Honey Hunters, your hometown team. Coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends.
Hey, this is Brady Salisbury, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramont Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramont Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters home game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot this season. That number again, 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, 704-874-1810. Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com. Fans, make sure that you come out for an exciting June at Caramont Health Park as your Gastonia Honey Hunters take on the best of the Atlantic League. On June 10th through 12th, the High Point Rockers make their way to Caramont Health Park. On June 14th through 16th, as well as the 21st through the 23rd, the Charleston Dirty Birds come to Caramont Health Park. The Wild Health Chinos return to Caramont Health Park from June 28th through the 30th. Get your tickets by call 704-874-1810. The number again, 704-874-1810. 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, your hometown team. Get social with your favorite baseball team. Go Honey Hunters on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. That's at Go Honey Hunters on all of our social media platforms. Since 1927, GSM Services has been the experts for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or dry rooms, high utility bills, nasty crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and dryer vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more. GSM Services, your one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a free home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSM-since-1927.com to talk to someone about any comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatment to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health, care first.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
Back here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network, getting you set for first pitch as this has been the Honey Hunters pregame show. Appreciate you joining us. Mike alongside you. First pitch coming your way as Ian Mckenney will take the mound for his first start as a Gastonia Honey Hunter here tonight, as he will face Scott Kelly, Neath, and Connor Justice, 1, 2, 3 in the order for Charleston. Here in game 2 of our 3-game set in this week. Gastonia heads on the road this weekend for a tough one against Southern Maryland. Best team in the league in terms of record, 41 wins for them. Right behind them, though, are your Honey Hunters, as they hold that 7.5-game lead atop the South Division and a chance to clinch within the next week the South Division in the first half of 2022, and of course lock up that ever-important postseason berth. No matter what happens in the second half, you're guaranteed a spot. Taking a look around the infield tonight for your Hunters. A little bit different. Luis Roman at third, Joseph Rosa at short. Rainer Escanio over to second, Emmanuel Tapia at first. Reinheimer taking the night off tonight. Reese Hampton out in left. Hurley Rodriguez in center. Jake Skoll back in the lineup. He'll play out in right field. Behind the plate once again, Stuart Levy, big man on campus last night. 2 for 3 with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. He will catch for Ian Mckenney. The lefty out of the Mariners organization started his season in the AAA level. Walk numbers were a little up. He comes to Gastonia on what is, in essence, a bit of a rehab assignment, trying to see if he can't work his way back into the the major league ranks. Either way, he has the ball, and he is ready to go, as we are ready to go. First pitch comes home, and it's a called strike as it paints the outside corner nicely of Owen Ballard, the 4th strike zone behind the plate tonight, as Calvin Baker will be out at third. Terrence Jones, your umpires here on the crew tonight in Gastonia. Second pitch a little high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Last week, 2 innings pitched for Ian Mckenney, first ever appearance as a Honey Hunter. 1 hit, 1 earned run. It was the solo shot by Nick Long. He was in the 4th spot tonight in the lineup. Breaking ball just misses below the knee. Not a bad one, as Stuart Levy points it out there to Mckenney, said keep putting it right there. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter in Scott Kelly. Pitching coach, I should say the hitting coach this season for Charleston, but a guy that has now played in all 55 games for Charleston this year. Fastball, same spot, that'll be called a strike though, as breaking ball not called. On the way 2-2 here from Ian Mckenney, trying to start his inning off right. Kicks and deals, low and away, 3 balls, 2 strikes. As taking a look at it last week, came out, got a fly out and ground outs in his first inning of work. A ground out, strikeout, the home run, and then a fly out where his 7 batters faced. So just 1 over the minimum. As this ball roped out left side. Back to the track though, and a catch made by Reese Hampton. So good contact, just kept on and died a little bit on him. Wind right now, not necessarily blowing the typical out over the left field fence. It's blowing out more towards right now. Some much needed breeze though, that's for sure. A scorcher of a Wednesday night. Still approaching around 100 degrees here, right down on that turf especially. The good and the bad of an all-turf field. Don't have to worry about very many rainouts, but when it gets hot, it gets hot. Nick Heath steps in as Mckenney kicks heels, lefty on lefty matchup. Nick Heath last night started the game against John Anderson. He was in the leadoff spot last night, went 0 for 5 with a trick of strikeouts. 1 ball, no strike, swung on and missed, and that was the pitch that got him last night a whole lot, was the out and away curveball from the lefty. It's always a hard one for a left-handed hitter to pick up, and right now proven to be lethal against Nick Heath. The 1-1, slider out and away, 79 miles an hour that time, good bite. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes here from Ian Mckenney. 37-60 are the Honey Hunters coming into tonight. As one that fouled back into the screen. Going into the game last night, the magic number was 8. Now, that included both wins and losses between the wins for Gastonia and the losses for High Point. Well, Gastonia won last night, High Point lost, so that now brings that number down to sub-7. And like we said, it could put together a series win here, maybe a series win on the road, and 1 more next week as they'll host Wild Health here. As this one's popped out to center field. Hurley Rodriguez comes on to make the play, 2 outs. If they're able to do that, they could clinch the division heading into the final weekend of the first half, I should say, of the regular season. Final game of the regular season first half will be on July the 4th, right here at Caramount Health Park. A little 4th of July special against none other than the High Point Rockers. 2-2 down here from Mckenney, just like his first appearance against Charleston this season. That'll lead it up to Connor Justice now. Justice had a 2 RBI double in the 5th inning last night, part of that 4-run 5th that tied the game at 5. Back-to-back flyouts here as this one popped out to right field. Skull with a long run, won't be able to get there. Thought we might have a left field, center field, and right field kind of first inning. Instead, Connor Justice will come back. 1-1 the count. Justice comes into tonight at 302. He's been hovering between 300 and 310 for the vast majority of this season. Plays a heck of a defensive shortstop and has the bat to go along with it. Mckenney inside, called a strike. Beautiful pitch that time, as Justice not a fan of it. Asking Owen Ballard, the 4th behind the plate, where was that one? 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the number 3 hitter in the lineup, as Ian Mckenney looking to set him down in order in the top of the first. He'll fire in. Bring ball let it go, I should say, a little bit too early, and that one just kept on selling on him. Well out of the strike zone towards the left-handed batter's box. Crowd still filing in here despite the heat, braving it and coming out. Luckily, a lot of the stands here at Caramount Park, at least in the shade, except for down the right field line, as now this one's sent out to center. Back and tracking it is Hurley Rodriguez. He'll make the play for out number 3, so they will get him 1, 2, 3, and on to the first we go. Gastonia looking to strike first once again here inside the Gas House on this Wednesday night. Come back and join us back right after this here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Find out where your Honey Hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Ticket information, www.gohoneyhunters.com. If you're looking for the latest game day fashion or wanting to bring a group to Caramount Health Park, GoHoneyHunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is GoHoneyHunters.com. That's www.GoHoneyHunters.com. Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
Back here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. On to the bottom of the first we go after a clean sheet in the top half by Ian Mckenney. Set him down in order, all via the flyout. And that is what Mckenney will do. He'll come out, he will get contact, a lot like the starting pitching so far this season for this Gastonia team. Now, of course, the big couple of stories happening for Gastonia over these past 2 weeks. The really good pitching styles of Marcus Walden, he heads on to the Brewers organization, but in return, they end up getting guys like Zach Godley, who's had a monumental start to his early part of the season. A minimum of 4 innings in each start so far. Had a no-no going into the 6th inning of his last start. Ian Mckenney, another guy that signed a week ago, and then last night during the game, Chad Sabaka, former major leaguer with the Atlanta Braves, signed on to the roster. He's in the house tonight. Saw him warming up before the game, just getting some throws in a new uniform. So we'll see him at some point, maybe not tonight, but maybe on down the line here, possibly tomorrow. But he is ready to go as he is on the active roster. Either way, 1, 2, 3 in the order tonight for your Honey Hunters. Hurley Rodriguez leading things off. He led it off last night with a solo shot over the right field fence. Reese Hampton, another good night against Charleston an evening ago, as he was 2 for 4 with an RBI double in the mix. He'll bat second with Joe Rowe batting third, as he so usually does. He plays out at short tonight, though. Third baseman in Bertram in right now, but he's told by manager Billy Horn to back up just a bit as Rodriguez toes his way into the box. And we are ready to go. Righty on lefty matchup here right out of the gate. First one, ripping on the first pitch, down the line. It is foul into the corner. Missed it by about 1.5 feet, but either way, it is a foul ball down the right field line. So Rodriguez will take his way back to the home plate here at Caramount Health Park. Comes into tonight, does Hurley Rodriguez. We talked about the June he is having. Part of this winning ways that they have had in the month of June. That 258 overall. As he was 2 for 5 last night with a homer and a single. Back into the box he goes here on the 0-1. Fastball line back into the screen, 92 miles an hour. That's about where Walker Weichel will sit. A normal reliever. Second start, though, against his Gastonia team. Timeout calls. The baseball had to be gotten that time. Rode the screen all the way down the field. Weichel ready to go on a 0-2 here to Hurley Rodriguez. Fastball out and away. Lays off it, does Rodriguez, and that'll be the first ball of the count. 705 OPS for Hurley so far this year. 15 RBIs, 3 home runs. We talked about it last night. Did start the season, Johnny Davis, the everyday guy in center, but Rodriguez had that look to him that he was going to be a everyday guy for this Gastonia team as he swings on a curveball there for the first strikeout of the game. At that time, 77 miles an hour. So, you know, if Weichel can get that pitch going, that's a pretty tough combination to hit, no matter if you're a righty or a lefty. 92-mile-an-hour fastball with a lot of bite to a 77-mile-an-hour curveball. That's a really good mix of pitches for a tall righty. Next one to greet him, Reese Hampton. And he'll take a first pitch strike to the outside corner. It's 0-1. Hampton comes in hitting .241 on the season with 34 hits. As he has had now 9 hits in his last 3 games against Charleston. So he likes the Dirty Birds this year, that's for sure, especially their pitchers. 1-1 is that miss low. Hampton, a Charlotte guy. Ripped it right side. A little olé there at first base by Engel Beltre. He'll head on over to first and tap it for out number 2. Beltre not necessarily a normal first baseman. As Nick Longy, their usual first baseman, he's in the DH spot tonight. And I imagine that is if they lose the DH spot with Weichel not being a normal starter. They'll do a little quadruple shift again, will Billy Horn. Imagine Longy would go to first, Beltre in the outfield somewhere, probably out in left where they'll replace Angel Garcet. Either way, Joe Rose steps into the box here with nobody on and 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Weichel trying to match the 1-2-3 of his counterpart Mckenney. First pitch swinging that time, fouls it back to Rosa. .325 average for Joe Rowe so far this season. 8 home runs, 44 RBIs. Comes in top 5 in the league in hits. His teammate Reese Hampton sitting second. I should say Reinheimer sitting second in the league in hits. Reinheimer getting the night off tonight. Next one, called strike to the outside corner, 93 there from Weichel. And down to 2 strikes goes Joseph Rosa. We're going to keep the inning alive and at least make him work a little bit and throw some pitches. 0-2 delivery. Inside, that'll miss. Good frame job by behind the plate by Jovan Gonzalez, but couldn't get a call. We'll have to do it one more time here. Rosa with a little more life as he'll choke up just slightly. Toes his way in towards the plate a bit more as well. Curveball, fouled back. Breaking ball's got some good bite to it so far here tonight through these first 3 hitters for Weichel. Always nice for a normal reliever spot start to come out and watch his stuff bite pretty early on. Had a good outing last time. It was just that 2-run double. That was the lone offense in the game. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. And a big-time strikeout there, second of the inning. That'll do it. 1, 2, 3, go the Honey Hunters. On to the second we go. Nothing. We're back here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. WGNC 1450 AM 101 FM right after this.
The Gastonia Honey Hunters are looking for host families this Atlantic League season. If you have a little free space in your home and a love for the grand old game, then hosting a player this summer is a great experience with tons of perks. Call me, Brady Salisbury, at 704-874-1810. That's 704-874-1810.
The Gastonia Honey Hunters, your hometown team. If coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends.
Hey, this is Brady Salisbury, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
On we go to the second inning. Good start for both pitchers on the mound. Mckenney back out there for his second inning of work. 1, 2, 3 in the first, all three via the flyout. One left, 2 to center. Meanwhile, at the bottom half of the inning, Walker Weichel came out. A strikeout, a 3 unassisted bounce out, and another strikeout to retire Rodriguez, Hampton, and Rosa. It'll be Nick Longy, Engel Beltre, and Scott Bertram due up here in the top half second. The lone blemish on the tally so far for Mckenney in the Atlantic League this season, 3 innings pitched, is the solo shot by Nick Longy last week. First pitch curveball comes across the zone for strike 1, and talked about the funny moment between them before the game as Mckenney saying, hey, do me a favor, keep it in the park tonight. As this one skied out to left, high arcing fly ball, but Reese Hampton will come and camp underneath it for out number 1. That one hung up there for a long time. Hampton, though, with shades on out there in left field, able to come and make the play for 1 away. Engel Beltre will step into the box. Came in with a pinch hit opportunity last night. Popped out in that pinch hit hole. As he's back in tonight, squared around a bunt, let it go, called strike. 80 miles an hour there on the breaking ball by Mckenney. Almost froze Beltre that time. It was a ball, but broke back into the zone. That's why he pulled his bat back. 0-1. Low and away on the fastball, quick 0-2. And Mckenney, a guy that if you give him enough, he can get out there and settle into a groove pretty quickly. And they'll look for him to go all 5 if he can here tonight. Well, they might limit that, who knows. As that one fouled back, climbing the ladder. Fastball not intended to be in the zone there. Not a bad waste pitch as he got the swing he wanted, just able to find the barrel bat to it and foul it off out of play. To remain 0-2 was Beltre. Beltre hitting .283 this season. Called strike 3 to the outside corner as he hits the outside black, and Beltre had something to say after that one. Either way, caught looking to start the inning, for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the day for Ian Mckenney. Fastball was knee high, just located it well against the lefty. Well, Scott Bertram will step in. It was the hero on Sunday in that walk-off win for Charleston against High Point. Check swing on the first pitch. He'll let it go for ball 1. Bertram, a 25th round pick by the Rockies back in 2015 out of Sacramento State. Spent some time bouncing around the Colorado organization from low A to double A. And in fact, made it as high as AAA last season. Ground ball left side. Looking for another 1-2-3. Rosa scoops, fires across the diamond for out number 3. Once again, Mckenney sets him down in order to start the game. On to the bottom of the second we go. It'll be Roman, Ascanio, and Tapia due up when we get back here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. GNC 1450 AM, 101 FM in Gastonia, Charlotte.
Find out where your Honey Hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Ticket information, www.gohoneyhunters.com. If you're looking for the latest game day fashion or wanting to bring a group to Caramount Health Park, gohoneyhunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is gohoneyhunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com. Fans, make sure that you come out for an exciting June at Caramount Health Park as your Gastonia Honey Hunters take on the best of the Atlantic League. On June 10th through 12th, the High Point Rockers make their way to Caramount Health Park. On June 14th through 16th, as well as the 21st through the 23rd, the Charleston Dirty Birds come to Caramount Health Park. The Wild Health Chinos return to Caramount Health Park from June 28th through the 30th. Get your tickets by calling 704-874-1810. The number again, 704-874-1810. 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, your hometown team.
Bottom of the second coming your way on a scorcher of a Wednesday night here in Gastonia. Always fun to watch these games as knocking a wiffle ball with a banana across a finish line. Gotta love it. Either way, we head on into the bottom of this. It's going to be Luis Roman, Raider Ascanio, and Emmanuel Tapia due up. Roman was in the lineup last night as he came on as a pinch hitter for Reinheimer. Entered into the game in the 6th inning in the field and getting an at-bat in the 7th. He grounded out, but he was the hit that was the decider last night, bottom of the 8th. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Line one to right field. That scored Stuart Levy and gave them an 8-7 win. Balaguer would come in the top of the 9th and slam the door shut for his 11th save of the season. And, of course, the 37th win to make it now a 7.5-game lead for the Gastonia Honey Hunters in the South Division with just 12 games remaining, including tonight. Weichel is set as Roman digs into the box. Roman hitting .242 this season. Has 30 hits so far in 2022, 7 home runs, 6 doubles, and a triple. Low strike called, and all of a sudden that one coming alive for both staffs. Much to the dismay of the hitters right now for both teams, that's for sure. A lot of eye rolls and sighs after a couple of called strikes in these past 2 innings. 0-2 here to Roman. Fastball again, squares it off to the third base dugout, right off the cap of the bat. Might have been expecting a curveball there. Weichel was throwing it in the 1st inning. Time dials up the fastball, 93 miles an hour. We'll see if they stay with that one. It'd be 4 fastballs in a row if that was the case. See if they go to the breaking ball at all. Weichel, curveball left side. As Roman was waiting on it, grounds it to the left side, and Connor Justice will make the play for out number 1 across the diamond to the first baseman in Angel Beltre.
That brings up your second baseman, number 6, Raider Ascanio.
Raider Ascanio digs in. Scott, like we said, been hitting the ball very well so far this season, especially in the month of June. Over 20 hits to speak of in the month of June for Raider Ascanio. His batting average well up over 50 points from where it was just a month ago. Believe it or not, folks, we got 1 more week left in the month of June. Second night of summer, feeling every bit of it that way. Temperatures around the 100-degree mark here today in Gastonia. First pitch called a strike here to Ascanio. Second one comes in, a curveball misses outside. Not a bad that time by Weichel, but well out of the strike zone. Ascanio, a guy that has really shortened swing, though, this year, and that has led to a lot more success at the plate. Just puts that bat right through it. Not going up there trying to hit for power. Ground ball back up the middle. Backhanded by Kelly. On to first for out number 2. Scott Kelly, the do-anything guy for the Charleston Dirty Birds this season. He's the hitting coach. He can play pretty much anywhere in the field, and he's been a part of all 55 games as he gets the start here tonight. So Emmanuel Tapia will dig in with 2 away, try not to be the 6th straight retired to start the game for Weichel. Tapia can hit the fastball. He can run into a curveball, but that has been the scouting report against him so far this season, as if you're going to get him, go with the breaking stuff early in the count. They go fastball outside, misses away, ball 1. Not as high as the high A level in the Cleveland organization in Emmanuel Tapia. Dominican Republic native swings on the second pitch and lines it back into the screen for strike 1. Tapia returns from season ago here in Gastonia. Last year, saw a little bit bigger role and a little bit more success at the plate. 99 games played, 284 average, as he swings and misses on that one, 1 ball, 2 strikes. At 74 hits, 12 doubles, and 17 home runs with 56 RBIs. Played 6 seasons in the Cleveland organization, 409 games with the Cleveland organization in the minor leagues. 1-2. Outside and away, 2-2. Tapia had 52 minor league home runs, so a guy that can, like we said, run into one. Had a grand slam against Long Island a couple of weeks back. Has not hit a homer since, though. Curveball swung on and missed out in front, and once again, Weichel sets him down in order. A pitching duel breaking out here in Gastonia at Caramount Health Park on this Wednesday night. We're back right after this here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network, WGNC 1450 AM, 101 FM. Come back and join us.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you, offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home and business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters!
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramount Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramount Health. Care first.
What?
Back here at Caramount Health Park, on to the top of the third we go. Both pitchers looking good out of the gate so far. Mckenney out there for his third inning of work. He will face Cory Bird to start things out. Cory Bird, a Charleston, West Virginia native. 7th round pick by the Miami Marlins back in 2016 out of Marshall University. Went right down the road to Huntington, West Virginia, where he played his college ball. Spent last season at AAA Jacksonville for Miami. Had 67 hits and 280 at-bats, 239 average with 18 doubles and 6 home runs. Bird came on last night and went 2 for 2 in his outing in a late inning relief appearance. Pinch hit for Anthony Seymour. Got a RBI single in the 7th that tied it. And then a double in the 9th, was stranded at second, as Balaguer picked up the 11th save of the season for him. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Bird. Lefty on lefty tight. 1 for 1 on his season so far this year. Just 4 games played. Was picked up late by Charleston into last week. Already has 14 at-bats, 6 hits to show for it. 2 doubles and a triple. This ball skied out right side. Jake Skoll will jog underneath it here in right field for out number 1. So one right fielder flies out to another to start the third inning. Yovan Gonzalez, the catcher, will step in. 2-home-run game last week on Wednesday night against his Gastonia team at Claremont Health Park. Of course, that went on to be a 14-7 win for Gastonia. But a guy that can run into the ball, as he is down in the 8th spot tonight, though. Trying to get the bottom of the order going. Waiting on deck, Angel Garcet. 1-0 pitch here to Gonzalez. Called a strike to the inside corner. 30th round pick by Cincinnati Reds back in 2009 out of Wabash Valley College. Puerto Rican native. 5'10", 210 behind the plate. Has spent the last few years bouncing between the Atlantic League and the Puerto Rican Winter League. Last minor league appearance was in 2015. Played for Somerset for a couple of years. Was up in West Virginia last year and is back once again for 2022. 3 balls, 1 strike here to the Charleston backstop. As Mckenney looking to avoid his first walk tonight, fouled back into the screen, full count. One strikeout so far for Mckenney. Not a guy that's going to pile up the Ks. That's what he's out there to do. He's out there to throw strikes and get early swings for weak contact. 3-2 pitch, and Gonzalez will hold back in time on the check, and he'll take his base with a 1-out walk. First base runner tonight for either team. But a guy that can very easily get a double play ball is Ian Mckenney. Mckenney back, like we said earlier, drafted by the Cardinals in the 5th round back in 2013 out of high school. William R. Boone High School in Orlando, Florida to be exact. Yovan Gonzalez leads from first. First pitch, swinging. Ground ball up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Rosa flicks it behind the back over to first, and they got him a 6-4-3 double play. And a beauty right there is Rosa. Backhand flick to Asano, who finishes off over to first for the 6-4-3 double play. And that is how the inning comes to an end. So despite the 1-out walk, another double play in the 3rd inning. And on we go into the bottom of the 3rd. Still scoreless. Gastonia trying to change that when we get back.
Hey kids, have you seen it? Better yet, have you tried it? It's the new look Watson's Kids Zone at Claremont Health Park. The Watson's Kids Zone is improved with a slide that I've heard can give you a view of Charlotte. Allegedly. It is the best game day experience possible, and you can find it at Claremont Health Park during every Gastonia Honey Hunters game. The new Watson's Kids Zone at Claremont Health Park. Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Claremont Health Park. Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call, 704-874-1810, and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia Baseball.
Oh, what a way to end the top half of the third. A little web gem from Joe Rowe. As he went to his left through a little loft behind the back. Or I should say behind his body. To get it to Ascanio, who threw it on over to first. 6-4-3 goes the double play. And the middle infield once again comes up big for the second straight night. A 6-3 double play in the first 3 innings. That'll bring up Zach Jarrett, the DH tonight. It'll be Jarrett, Jake Skoll, and Stuart Levy. 7, 8, 9 in the order. Still looking for their first hit tonight is either side. Jarrett 1 for 3 last night. A single and a stolen base. We'll talk more about the stolen bases here in just a moment. Weichel will deliver. Ground ball left side, chop there. Good pickup by Burcham as he fires on over to first for out number 1. Talked about the stolen bases and just a crazy stat. 117 stolen bases. That's 65 more than the second place team in the league. That 65 margin is more than any team besides Gastonia has total stolen bases on the season. That's a crazy number, folks. Not a bashful team on the base paths, to say the least. So if a guy gets on, you better believe he's probably heading towards second, possibly third, depending on who's out there. Reese Hampton, Jack Reinheimer tied for the league lead with 22 stolen bases apiece. 3 of the top 5 in the league are on this team for Gastonia. First pitch to Jake Skoll, misses upstairs outside, ball 1. Jake Skoll returning favor from a season ago. One of the best outfielders in the league in 2021. A little up and down in terms of the offense so far this year, but a guy that has definitely come up with some big hits, especially in those high point series. 8 home runs so far on the season. As that one misses low. Ball 3. Quick 3-0 count here to Skoll. And the man of the hour from last night, Stuart Levy on deck. Homered on a 3-run shot his first time around, and even go as now this one popped up to the right side. Long run for Jovan Gonzalez, full gear on, and he was motoring towards the first base dugout, but ends up going into the stands out of play and be a 3-1 count. 3-0 swinging on the fastball, green light there for Skoll. And credit where it's due. I don't know if anybody out there has ever tried to run in catcher's gear. It's not easy to do. Jovan Gonzalez was crude, but laughing with the bench of Gastonia right now, put his hands on his knees as a little bit out of breath as they'll give him a second before he crouches back down. 100-degree day, folks, in full catcher gear on a dead sprint. Always a recipe for a bit of goodness. 3-1 pitch. Slider outside, called a strike. Beautiful pitch there by Weichel. Back into the count he comes. Now Jake Skoll will have to protect. Weichel's got to bring him one, but Skoll's got to pay attention. Foul tipped into the screen. Another 3-2 set to come home. Weichel, a first-round pick by the Padres, 55th overall in 2012 out of Olympia High School in Orlando. Bounced around the minors file. As this one chopped right side, it'll be foul the first base bag, so it'll stay foul, and we'll redo it again on a full count. Has not pitched since 2019, though. I don't know if that was to rehab an injury or whatnot, but his final season of pitching was 2019 until this year. Double-A ball for the Frisco Rough Riders of the Texas organization. 3.88 ERA, I should say 3.63 ERA in that season. 62 strikeouts, 29 walks. So a guy that had some success in 72 innings. As this one fouled off again, good fight here from Skoll, making Walker Weichel throw some pitches here in this inning. Weichel now up approach 35 through his first 3 innings. First couple of innings for both pitchers have been a breeze. No hits allowed on either side. Shaping up to his center field at the start of that Thursday night game last week. Curveball way upstairs, let it go early. Did Weichel? He knew it as soon as let it go. And Skoll will take his base with one out. First base runner now for the Honey Hunters here tonight. And both of them into a walk in the 8-man in the order on both sides. 8th man in the order. Helps if I can say that right. Well, Stuart Levy will step in. See if he can't put a charge in one or at least find a gap somewhere. Skoll has some wheels out there. Came into last night with 1 home run the season. Launched 2 over the left field fence as he swings first pitch that time, fouls it straight back. His second home run of the night was a first pitch swing. It was a 1-1 count in his first at-bat. So early in the count, trying to find those fastballs that he can run into, and he did just that. Really starting to try to bring that bat to the zone on an even plane. And his average starts to reflect it. Continuing to creep up here in the month of June. Skoll leads from first, staring into the sun. That one low and outside. Jovan Gonzalez backhands it, and Skoll, they put it first. Catcher and hitter are in the shadows right now behind home plate. Everybody else, though, contending with the hot blazing sun here on this 100-degree Wednesday in Gastonia. High Point not in action tonight. The Long Island Ducks having a little weather problem up in Long Island tonight, so that game got postponed. As a check swing from Levy, did he go? He didn't. They appealed down to Terrence Jones at first, and he waves it off. So Gastonia just going to try to get a win in. It'll be a double, I imagine, either tomorrow or the next time Long Island and High Point play. One more game in this series coming up tomorrow as Tristan trying to even it up here to game apiece tonight. A win here tonight would at least guarantee their 5th consecutive series win in Atlantic League this season. That ball poked out left field, but Angel Garced sees it, rounds underneath for out number 2. Not exactly the barrel-up opportunity he was hoping for. And Lee is retired. Back to the top of the order we go. Runner at first base, 2 outs inning. Hurley Rodriguez will dig into the box. Make sure you get out to Caramount Health Park this summer. 2 for Tuesday, Wind Down Wednesday, the unoriginal Thirsty Thursday, and of course Family Fun Fridays. And don't forget Bark at the Park on those Sunday games here at Caramount Health Park this summer. Stop by the booth, say hello. Always a family-friendly environment here at the Gas House. Good crowd on hand here for the second straight night. Runner goes from one knee. Jovan Gonzalez throws down, not in time, as another steal, number 118 for the season for this Gastonia team. For Skoll, that will be his 14th stolen bag of 2021. It was a ball to the outside corner, I believe, there to start the at-bat at 1-0. So runner in scoring position here for Hurley Rodriguez if you can find a single into the outfield. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. Trying to strike first here at home again. Leg lift, grounded right side. High chopper right into the chair of Beltre. Underhand flip to Walker Weichel. A little bit to the outside, but Weichel able to grab it and tap the bag for out number 3. So despite 2-out base runner at second base, all for naught. And on into the 4th we go. Still scoreless here in Gastonia. We're back after this on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramount Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramount Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramount Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters home game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/ticket to reserve your spot this season. That number again, 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, 704-874-1810.
On to the fourth we go. Ian Mckenney back out in a pitcher's duel that has broken out here in Gastonia on this Wednesday night. A hot Wednesday night, and especially in this ballpark, maybe expecting to see the bats start popping early and often, but not so much, at least not so far. Second time through the order, though, we'll see if one of these teams can change it. As it'll be 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Scott Kelly, Nick Heath, and Justice due up. All three of them flew out in the top half of the first inning. Breeze kind of picking up, swirling around. Right now blowing out towards right field. But of course, with the open airway that is right behind home here at Caramount Health Park, that wind usually comes right through the facade and straight out and up into the jet stream here in Gastonia towards the left field parking lot. Almost the same kind of feel as Fenway Park. If you could put the ball on the air and at least hit a high pop fly down the left field line, you might have a chance of seeing it get out of here. Scott Kelly will dig in, and away we go. 55th game of the season for Scott Kelly. Curveball upstairs, and we're back underway. 73 miles an hour there from Mckenney. Let's let it go as he fell off the side of the mound. You could see it as soon as he let it go. Didn't look like it was going to be anywhere near it. Short little windup, and the pitch climbs the ladder with a fastball up around the chest level. But Scott Kelly trying to do something with it. Instead, he swings and misses, strike one. Nick Heath waits on deck, 0 for 1 tonight. And 0 for 6 now in the series to start out the week. Frustrated again, and, you know, this is one of those nights with as much sweat as pouring off of two really good pitchers. Some balls can get loose a little bit, and we're seeing it here. Start this at-bat here against Scott Kelly. Broken bat left side. Ramon fires across to first, and the error as it skips up over Emmanuel Tapia. Around first to second goes Scott Kelly. He's motoring, heading towards third as they can't run it down. And finally stopping at third is Scott Kelly. So a routine ground ball ends up being a third base spot for Scott Kelly as he stands down there representing the game's first run. And Ramon just let that one sail. E5 on the throw. And unfortunately for Gastonia, not only the E5, but now a runner just 90 away with nobody out as Nick Heath will step in. So a fly ball here could bring home the first run of the game. Ramon a routine play, and I think might have been a little bit closer than he thought he was on the throw and just let it fly. Tapia tried to go up and get it, but Tapia having to battle the sun, so I doubt he saw it where that ball ended up. First pitch high and above the eyes, 1-0. Comes in, and now it will hit Nick Heath on the second pitch. Heath a little frustrated, 2 pitches back-to-back, high and inside. Second one hits him, and he'll go to first. 2 on to start the inning and nobody out. Hot water here for Mckenney early in this outing. And funny enough, a little conversation between Nick Heath and Stuart Levy behind the plate. One is excusable up, and in that one, according to Nick Heath, not so much. Nick Longy waits on deck as Connor Justice digs in. First and third, nobody out. So Stuart Levy will come out from behind the plate and bark out the order. Nick Heath, plenty of wheels. So I imagine we'll see an early count run heading towards second base. Got to be leery of the steal of home from Scott Kelly on a throw to second, though. Kenny comes set. Takes a quick look over at Nick Heath here. First pitch comes home. Runner goes, spiked it off the plate, and that'll score a run as Heath will make it safely into second. Tough break for Mckenney. started this inning not going the way he planned, as that one hit the very front lip of the plate and skied into the screen, so the steal will come on a wild pitch. Another runner in score position here with one already home, and still nobody out. 1-0 Charleston. Deep breath from Mckenney as he delivers another low inside fastball, low inside breaking ball, I should say. Good block by Levy, keeps the ball in front of him. And Nick Heath will stay put at second, but a quick 2-0 count to Connor Justice, with the most dangerous hitter in the lineup waiting on deck, and Nick Longy. Heath and Ascanio toying with one another at second. Another one upstairs, 3-0. So Mckenney here in his third inning of work. Should say fourth inning of work, my apologies. Starting to lose the strike zone a bit. And already action getting started down in the bullpen as Henry Martinez will make the walk down there for Gastonia. 3-0, upstairs ball 4. And the first three guys have got on via an error, a hit by pitch, and now a walk. It's first and second, nobody out for Nick Longy. And that'll bring Reggie Harris out of the dugout to talk to his pitcher, Ian Mckenney, as Mckenney spikes the rosin bag on the back of the mound. Pitching, of course, a very mental game. Can't let yourself get out of it early, especially with a game like this. And we saw it last night. Neither team is ever out of a ball game. So either one of them can find a fastball or two and tie it up. So don't let that one run turn into 3 or 4. So Martinez will get loose in the bullpen here as Harris continues to have a conversation with Ian Mckenney. Harris, of course, a first-round draft pick in 1987. Same draft. Ken Griffey Jr. went number 1 overall. He was the 26th overall pick, was Reggie Harris back in 1987. Had Major League time with Oakland, Boston, Philadelphia, Houston, and Milwaukee. 95 strikeouts at the Major League level. Mound conversation over, and Nick Longy will step in. He is a double play candidate, and Gastonia has turned 2 double plays in the last month, 2 triple plays, I should say, in the last month. So stranger things have happened, as now Nick Heath will head back to second base. A secondary lead almost got him caught off. Ascanio not coming over, might have had him picked off. Had a throw gone to second base, but nobody there to catch it. So now Ascanio will creep closer, trying to hold him on a bit. Curveball ripped into left side. That one's going to be down for a base hit. That should score Heath. But a throw from Hampton all the way home. Not in time. Throw down to third. And not in time there either, as Connor Justice slides in. And an RBI double for Nick Long on the first pitch he sees. And Nick Longy's hot season continues. 47th hit for Nick Longy, as his average continuing to be over 315 on the season. And it's second and third, nobody out here. And what could turn out to be a big inning here for Charleston. Nick Heath, the one that scored. Justice into third as Longy stands at second base. Still nobody out. That'll bring up Angel Beltre. The curveball comes across the zone for strike 1. Beltre got called looking in his first plate appearance. The lone strikeout so far for Mckenney here into his 4th inning of work. This has obviously proved to be the most challenging, though, of his previous 3. 1 ball, 1 strike as that sits high. Martinez might come in a little bit earlier than he thought if this continues on. Bertram waits on deck. Fastball lined back in the screen. Beltre wanted it, It was right there. He lines it back and out of play for strike 2. And still looking for that elusive first out here is Ian Mckenney. He'll rock and fire from the windup. Low and outside, blocked there by Levy. Beautiful block by Stuart Levy. Pushes it up the third baseline. Runners stay put, second and third, nobody out. And it's nothing game after 2 runs have come home to score here on just the 1 hit. Very hot night here in Gastonia. Called strike 3 on a delayed strikeout call there by Ballard. Beltre once again called out looking and having a conversation with the home plate umpires. Got to be careful. Don't want to get run in the game. As now Billy Horn coming in and having a conversation as well. Beltre will make the long walk to the first base dugout though, as that is a big first out in this top half of the 4th. So Billy Horn got his 2 cents in, and he'll head to the third base coach's box. Still second and third with 1 away. Scott Bertram digs in. Grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. This pitch misses inside, ball 1. And again, you know, you look at arguing with an umpire, what does it actually do with you? Fortunately for Trey, might have got him rung up on that one. He did it in his first at-bat when he got called out on strikes. Sees another one go the wayside there. 2-0 the count now to Bertram as that one misses inside on back-to-back pitches. Upstairs and away as the pitch count over 50 now here for Ian Mckenney. 29 of those being strikes, 52 pitches overall, but a few more balls than he would like here to start this inning have led to the couple of runs that have come home. Another 3-0 count here as Bertram looking to get on and load the bases, and it's inside ball 4, and that'll load the bases for Cory Bird. And that might do it as Scotzo off the top step of the dugout, heading out towards the pitcher's mound. Calls for time. Still hasn't looked to the bullpen just yet. And now he'll do just that. So the call of the bullpen will bring Henry Martinez in. DH is gone for the Honey Hunters here tonight, as Ian Mckenney will hold here with 3 1/3 innings pitched. 2 runs surrendered. 1 couple on the hook out there on base. But either way, we're back after this on the pitching change. Right after this on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Fans, make sure that you come out for an exciting June at Caramont Health Park as your Gastonia Honey Hunters take on the best of the Atlantic League. On June 10th through 12th, the High Point Rockers make their way to Caramont Health Park. On June 14th through 16th, as well as the 21st through the 23rd, the Charleston Dirty Birds come to Caramont Health Park. The Wild Health Genomes return to Caramont Health Park from June 28th through the 30th. Get your tickets by calling 704-874-1810. The number again, 704-874-1810. 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, your hometown team. Get social with your baseball team at Go Honey Hunters on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. That's at Go Honey Hunters on all of our social media platforms. Since 1927, GSM Services has been the experts for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or drafty rooms, high utility bills, nasty crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and dryer vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more. GSM Services, your one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a free home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit gsmsince1927.com to talk to someone about any comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters.
That GSM call to the bullpen will bring Henry Martinez onto the mound, inheriting the bases loaded. One out here in the top of the fourth, trying to stop the bleeding. 2 runs already home here. And just trying to keep it that way and minimize the damage is Martinez out of the bullpen. First pitch broke off a nasty pitch that time, as that one just fell right off the shelf. 12-6 on the curveball and got Cory Bird out in front. Bird 2 for 2 last night. Flew out his first time up here tonight, but a fly out to right could score another run. As this one lined back to the right side, Ascanio dives. The glove flip, no good, as he can't get the out at second. And everybody goes station to station. It's 3-0 here for Charleston. And it will remain just 1 out. Not a bad dive by Ascanio, but the ball stayed in his glove on the backhand flip. And just went straight up and down. Rosa couldn't grab it to get the out. And so Yovan Gonzalez will step up in the 8th spot with still the bases loaded. And 3 runs home here in this top half of the 4th inning. That'll be an infield single for Cory Bird. Tough break for Martinez. Got the ground ball he wanted. A little dead ball, ground ball, right back up the middle. But just out of the reach for Ascanio to make an easy play on it. Had to dive. Yovan Gonzalez sees the first pitch go across the zone, 94 miles an hour. Much different in the velocity category than what Mckenney was bringing home. But, you know, you talk about it nowadays. Now a hard shot out to second. Ascanio to Rosa. Rosa across the body for the 5-6-3. My apologies. 4-6-3 double play that time. Helps if I can say the numbers right. But either way, 4-6-3 double play will end the inning as Martinez gets the job done out of the bullpen. But not before 3 runs come home to score on 2 hits in the inning. It's a 3-0 lead for Charleston through 3.5. We're back after this here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramel Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramel Health. Care first.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fish cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
Walker Weichel will come out with a lead here in the bottom half of the 4th. 3 runs on 2 hits in the top half of this 4th inning. Henry Martinez coming out of the bullpen. Almost got a double play on the first batter he faced. Wound up with an infield single and an RBI for Cory Bird. But on the very next hitter, very next pitch, Gonzalez grounded back up the middle. A 4-6-3 double play from Ascanio to Rosa over to Hoppy at first into the inning. Like I say, Charleston strikes for 3, and they'll take a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the 4th inning. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup due up next. It'll be Hampton, Rosa, and Roman to greet Walker Weichel. First time through the order. Hampton grounded out, Rosa struck out, and Roman grounded out back in the 2nd. 4th inning of work for Weichel. Now when we get out of the Zach Jarrett spot, of course, the DH now gone here for Gastonia tonight. Walker Weichel trying to hold on and see if they can't keep the DH. They have the DH sitting in the number 4 hole, and it's Nick Longy who came up with an RBI single, so they'd like to see him stay there. Or at least stay there and not have to put him in the field, that is. Reese Hampton, though, will dig in. Hampton 2 for 4 last night with an RBI double, 4 for 5 a week ago. And that Wednesday night 14-7 win. Looking to do that here on this Wednesday night. June 22nd, second day of summer. And feels just like it. First pitch, big rip on the fastball, 89 miles an hour, a little bit behind it, as that fastball was just elevated enough in the zone to put the bat underneath it. Again, Hovis was supposed to start tonight, a late scratch, and Mckenney had to make that spot start. It was going well through the first 3 plate appearances, and an E5, a hit by pitch, a walk, a double, and another walk ran him from the game with 3 1/3 innings pitched. The 0-2 to Hampton, goes up for it to the right side, but right there in right field is Cory Bird, makes the play for out number 1. A fastball that Hampton somehow got the barrel to up above his head. Fortunately, just stayed up long enough for Bird to make a play. That'll bring up Joseph Rosa. Playing out at short tonight, has been involved in 2 double plays so far, a 6-4-3 and a 4-6-3. In back-to-back innings, but they find themselves down by 3, so Rosa will just try to get on base here tonight. Struck out swinging his first time around. 1 for 4 last night with a base hit and a run scored in the 7th. Off speed to the side, called a strike. Rosa asking where that one was. Similar spot to the ball that rung up Beltre. Rosa, true hitter from both sides of the plate. A bit of a rarity nowadays. You always have a guy that is better than on one side than the other. Rosa pretty much dead even down the middle on the split so far this year. Has shown power on both sides as well. Curveball to the outside, knew it as soon as it hit across. Thought about swinging at it, but instead he let it go. A called strike 2, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to the number 3 hitter tonight for Gastonia. Trying to put a base runner on. Only 1 to speak of so far through their first time through the order. Outside call, strike 3, and Walker Weichel has him 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th again. Has faced now just 1 more than the minimum through 4 innings pitched. 4th strikeout through the first 4 innings as well. Strikeout numbers rising a bit in recent weeks for Gastonia. As Ron will dig in. Grounded out to shortstop his last time up. 7 home runs for Roman so far this season. All they need right now, though, is a base runner. Scagno waits on deck. 1-0 as that one misses low below the knees to start the at-bat here to Luis Roman for the second time through the... Fouled off there by Roman. 1 ball, 1 strike. Roman comes into tonight 242 on the season with 30 hits. A 23rd round pick by the Padres back in 2017. Swung on and missed 1-2. Spent last year splitting time between the Frontier League and the American Association. Went down to the Puerto Rican League this past offseason. Played in 7 games back in his home country. 1-2, low and away. He'll do more here as not able to squeeze it was Gonzalez. Had he had squeezed it, might have got a frame and might have got the low strike call, but it dropped out of his glove. We'll make it an even count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom 4 in a 3-0 game in favor of the visitors. Trying to even the series at a game apiece. Have not been swept by Gastonia this season, although haven't won a series against them either. Chopped right side. And it's a foul ball. It'll remain 2 balls, 2 strikes. Weichel, though, just like last week, and we talked about it, Weichel came out, 3 innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, 2 earned runs with 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. The lone hit that he gave up was the 2 RBI double to Jake Skoll in the bottom of the second inning. That was the lone 2 runs on the game for either side. Spikes one into the dirt there as a swing and a miss from Roman. A throw down to first by Gonzalez. Roman not contesting it, and it's strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts, 5 in the first 4 innings for Weichel. He's cruising. And Charleston has a 3-0 lead after 4. We're back in Gastonia right after this. Come back and join us.
Hey kids, have you seen it? Better yet, have you tried it? It's the new look Watson's Kids Zone at Caramont Health Park. The Watson's Kids Zone is new and improved with a slide that I've heard can give you a view of Charlotte. Allegedly. It is the best game day experience possible, and you can find it at Caramont Health Park during every Gastonia Honey Hunters game. The new Watson's Kids Zone at Caramont Health Park. Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public place? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park.
This is Jake Skoll, your favorite outfielder for the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Well, it's going to be a bullpen kind of game for Gastonia. Luckily, they don't have to go to it just yet, as Martinez can come back out for a second inning of work. They didn't get to the DH spot in the lineup. That, of course, now will be the pitcher's spot in the 7-hole here tonight. Zach Jarrett got 1 at-bat, as he will have to come out of the game here tonight. They'll keep the same outfield with Hampton in left, Hurley Rodriguez in center, Jake Skoll out in right. Mckenney getting chased with 3 1/3 innings pitched. In that last inning, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned, and unfortunately that was the same thing as last night. A lot of unearned runs in a big chunk inning that came back and tied the game. This time, though, it gives Charleston the lead. Martinez to go as number 9 hitter and Angel Garcet will dig in. 2 ground balls given up, neither one of them leaving the infield. Cory Bird got an RBI single on a tough flip from Ascanio on a diving play. But the very next one, right back to Ascanio, they turn the double play. First pitch call, strike. Second one is the same, 0-2. Back-to-back breaking balls to the 9-hole hitter. Waiting on deck, top of the order. Scott Kelly, then Nick Heath. Ground ball right side. Right there is Ascanio. Scoops it, flicks it, and it's out number 1. Good turnout on this wind-down Wednesday night here in Caramont Health Park. Everybody braving the heat on a stifling Wednesday evening in Gastonia. Up above 100 degrees here today. Heat index a lot higher than that down there on the turf. So much-needed shadows starting to cast their way in, but sun still blazing for a vast majority of the field right now as we're just past 7:30 local time. Scott Kelly will dig in atop the order. Flew out, reached via an error, came around to score the first run of the game. Now in a 55th game here in 2022. First pitch called a ball to him out and away. Taking the whole way on the second pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. A good one on a slider / cutter, look like to the outside corner. Almost has some split finger action to it. Starts about belt high, and next thing you know, it ends up below your knees. Straight line fastball, that rose up on him, 93 miles an hour, but no chase from Kelly this time around. Two ball, 1 strike here to Scott Kelly. That'll be a called strike 2. A little freeze there by Kelly. Not sure he liked the call, but a call it is either way. Kelly, the hitting coach, as we talked about, showing off the discipline to the rest of his team. Earned a couple of walks last night. Scored both times he was on base. Did not record a hit, but he'll score 2 very important runs. Able to draw the walk. A lost art in the game nowadays, I think. Big swing and a miss that time. Ratcheted up at 94 miles an hour for Martinez and just unable to catch up. That high up in the zone was Kelly shaking his head back to the dugout, and Martinez blows one by him for out number 2. First strikeout for Martinez tonight. As number 11 now on the season for the hard-throwing righty. Nick Heath will dig in, 2 outs, nobody on. Was hit by a pitch his last time up as he swings on one that skips into the glove of Stuart Levy for strike 1, and that is the scouting report. He will go after that low pitch, whether it's a breaking ball or a fastball. So if you are the pitching staff, you know to keep it as low as possible. Tries to elevate on it, little uppercut type swing. A fastball to the outside, corner strike 2. And Henry Martinez settling in, so in what might be his final inning on the mound. We'll see if they keep him out there when his spot in the order comes up, which will be 3rd next inning. But right now, doing his job on the mound. Another swung on and missed. Strike 3 as back-to-back strikeouts ends the inning, blows it right by him on the fastball, 95 miles an hour, something a little extra. And it's 1-2-3, down go the Dirty Birds. Back up to the dish come the Honey Hunters when we get back in the bottom of the 5th. Ascanio Tapia, and then that deep spot that now is the pitcher spot. We'll see what happens when we get back here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. Don't go anywhere.
The Gastonia Honey Hunters are looking for host families this Atlantic League season. If you have free space in your home and a love for the grand old game, then hosting a player this summer is a great experience with tons of perks. Call me, Brady Salisbury, at 704-874-1810. That's 704-874-1810.
The Gastonia Honey Hunters, your hometown team. If coming to a Honey Hunter game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball, better with friends. The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramont Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill. Don't miss out on all.
Halfway through the game, 3-0 in favor of the visiting Dirty Birds, trying to even the series at a game apiece and avoid their 3rd consecutive series loss to the Gastonia Honey Hunters. 3rd straight midweek series between these two teams, and final one of the first half. Gastonia trying to pick up another game in the standings, up 7.5 games right now. The Long Island High Point game has been postponed due to weather. So we'll see what happens with the standings. But right now, don't really need to worry about any other teams. Just go out there and win the games you're supposed to win, and you will lock up that first half, possibly by the middle to end of next week. Either way, Raider Ascanio will lead things off in the 5 spot. It'll be Ascanio, and then the pitcher spot in the order. We'll see what they do as a pitcher up in the bullpen right now, so I imagine they'll play the odds down by 3 and go with a true hitter. Foul ball on the first pitch there. Weichel, 90 miles an hour. Skied straight back and now to play by Ascanio. Randall Delgado, who got the start in the 3rd game of the series last week, will be warming up down in the bullpen here to start, or what could be to come on in 6th. as this ball skied out to left. Deep it goes. Ascanio touches one off. Goodbye, baseball. And Raider Ascanio puts him on the board for the first time tonight. It's 3-1. Sitting dead red, he caught the barrel of the bat, and off it went into the batting cages. And horn sound here inside the gas house. It's a 3-1 game. That's one way to chip away. And that one was one of those ones Garcet took one step towards the warning back, turned around, and watched it leave. So with nobody out, they get an ever-important run back halfway through this game. And that'll bring up Emmanuel Tapia now with nobody out, nobody on. First home run of the night for either side. First pitch swinging is Tapia. Hot chopper right side. Kelly will scoop it up. And Weichel does a good job covering first for out number one. Good bounce back pitch there by Weichel. Four to one on the putout if you're scoring at home. And now in the DH spot, that was Zach Jarrett to start the game. Of course, turned into the pitcher spot. Martinez did his job coming out of the bullpen. And Jalen Smith with one out will pinch hit. Particular Georgia native went to Kennesaw State. In his first season in the Atlantic League, was picked up in a trade from Staten Island a couple of weeks back. And he's in box now to get things started here with one out against Walker Weichel. Surrendering the solo home run, the first hit of the game here in the fifth inning by the Honey Hunters. Breaks up the no-no and breaks the shutout as well. 1-0 to Smith. Chases on a curveball out and away. Fouls it back out play, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Smith, a guy that came on his first start as a Honey Hunter 2 Sundays ago. Went 3 for 5 on the day. Makes name known early and often. Has played in a pinch hitter capacity for the most part so far early in his Honey Hunters career. As guys, this one out to center. Not a long run though for Heath, as he will run underneath it for out number 2. So with 2 outs, Skoll steps in. Ascanio with a big hit, but only 1 run coming home from it after the solo shot over the left field fence. Again, 3 runs, 2 hits for the Dirty Birds. 1 run on 1 hit for Gastonia. First pitch here into Jake Skoll. Big pitch, big swing there on a pitch that kind of died into the zone. Almost split finger action there. Dropped about 4 or 5 miles an hour off the fastball. Skoll walked and stole second in his first at-bat, but was stranded at second base on the fielder's choice by Rodriguez to end that bottom half of the third. Grounds it right side this time. Down into one knee goes Beltre. He'll sprint to first and touch it, but not before. Raider Ascanio sends one over the left field fence and at least gets a back. And the first hit of the game for Gastonia here in the bottom of the 5th. On to the 6th we go. Final frames in this one as they'll try to keep it where it is. It'll be Randall Delgado taking the mound when we get back for Gastonia on the other side of the break here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. WGNC 1450 AM 101 FM in Gastonia, Charlotte.
Find out where your Honey Hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Ticket information, www.gohoneyhunts.com. If you're looking for the latest game day fashion or wanting to bring a group to Caramount Health Park, gohoneyhunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is gohoneyhunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com. Fans, make sure that you come out for an exciting June at Caramount Health Park as your Gastonia Honey Hunters take on the best of the Atlantic League. On June 10th through 12th, the High Point Rockers make their way to Caramount Health Park. On June 14th through 16th, as well as the 21st through the 23rd, the Charleston Dirty Birds come to Caramount Health Park. The Wild Health Genomes return to Caramount Health Park from June 28th through the 30th. Get your tickets by calling 704-874-1810. The number again, 704-874-1810. 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, your hometown team.
Randall Delgado will be the latest Honey Hunter out of the bullpen. The former Arizona Diamondback and Atlanta Brave, who saw a lot of action in his career in the majors between 2012, when he made his debut with Atlanta, and then back up in the majors in 2013 and 14 with Arizona. His last stint in the majors rounded out in 2018. Since that point, has bounced around a little bit. Spent 2019 in independent ball in the American Association. And then the last season and a half between the Dominican League and a league down in Panama. Here in Gastonia has been doing some serious work as the former major leaguer. 17 2/3, a .51 ERA for the righty. As first pitch swinging there is Connor Justice. Grounds it to Roman, a better throw across the diamond that time, and it's 1 up, 1 down on one pitch for Delgado. But as I was saying, 17 2/3 innings pitched, 15 strikeouts, 6 walks, 11 hits surrendered, but just 1 earned run on the season so far. 1 pitch, 1 out, as Nick Longy will dig in as an RBI single, RBI double, I should say, in his last at-bat. First pitch called a strike. Randall Delgado with that patented delivery arm that he releases it with is well extended. You don't see that ball kind of whips through on his motion. Very hard to pick the ball up out of his hand until he's already released it, which always goes in as a disadvantage for the hitter, unable to see the grip on the baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Longy. Hitting .313 coming into tonight, 1 for 1 with an RBI double so far here this evening. Should say 1 for 2, my apologies. Flew out first time up. A for sure pull hitter, though, from the right side of the plate. 2-1 out and away, 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck, Engel Beltre has struck out looking twice so far this evening, much to his dismay, as he let the home plate umpire know about it on both occasions. Delgado comes set. The 3-1. Skied on the air to the right side. Tapia to the right side of the first base line. Just into foul territory. He'll make the play for out for 2, and quickly 2 away for Delgado here in the top half of the 6th inning.
First baseman, Engel Beltre.
So with 2 down, Engel Beltre will step in. Beltre, a former major leaguer in his own right. As that one called a strike on the first pitch he sees from Delgado, 92 miles an hour. Undrafted free agent by Texas. As he worked his way up, got to the majors, did Engel Beltre. One of the 2 Beltres for the Texas Rangers back in 2013. Of course, the famed and legendary Adrian Beltre. A for sure Hall of Famer with the Rangers for so many years, when indeed he enters the ballot for the Hall of Fame. Ground ball right side, a steal, backhand stab, comes across body, picked there by Tapia on a beautiful play by Ascanio. Tapia, nice little backhand, and Tapia doing the rest with a pick out of the dirt for the 3rd out of the inning. And Delgado does his job out of the pen. 1, 2, 3. On to the bottom 6 we go. 9-1-2 due up when we get back for Gastonia here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. WGNC 1450 AM, 101 FM.
Favorite baseball team at Go Hunters on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. That's at Go Honey Hunters on all of our social media platforms.
Since 1927, GSM Services has been the expert for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or drafty rooms, high utility bills, nest crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and dryer vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more.
GSM Services, your one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a free home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSM-since-1927.com to talk to someone about any comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GS has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home and business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSM-since-1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSM-since-1927.com. Go Honey Hunters!
Jose Mesa Jr. will be the latest man on the mound. This time for Charleston, as Walker Weichel's night is done. A successful 5 innings for Weichel. 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run on 1 hit. That was the solo shot by Ascanio, but the lone blemish on his record here tonight. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk as Mesa takes over. First pitch called, a ball 91. A 24th round pick by the Yankees. Jose Mesa back out of Charles Flanagan High School in Penn Pines, Florida. First pitch, that pitch swung on and popped out into center field, but second baseman Scott Kelly will backpedal back and make the play for out number 1 to retire Stuart Lee. Top of the lineup comes up again in Hurley Rodriguez. 0 for 2 tonight with strikeout and fielder's choice so far. Back to my note on Mesa. Spent 2021 bouncing between AAA and AA with the Marlins. Went down to Venezuela this past winter and pitched the Venezuelan Winter League. That one skips across and almost undoes the shoelace of Rodriguez in the left-handed batter's box. Either way, it's 1-0. Start the at-bat to the leadoff hitter for the Honey Hunters. .6'4" righty out of Miramar, Florida. A faint swing and a ground ball by Rodriguez. That one picked up by Trey, flicked on to Mesa Jr., who covers first for out number 2. And the bullpen doing its job on both sides, coming out, getting some easy ground balls and some quick innings. Reese Hampton will step up with nobody on and 2 outs. Trying to keep this bottom half of the 6th inning going. About to head into the back third of the game, and they're still down by 2 here. Now, we've talked about it. Neither team in this matchup ever out of a game, and the other team knows it. So it's one of those things, if you are a Charleston pitcher right now, you know you got a lineup that's just waiting to explode. Got to keep them in check. Same goes for the Honey Hunters, as we've seen a couple of times in this series over these last 3 weeks. The 1-0 popped back out of play, and a late on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball there by Hampton. 0 for 2 tonight is Reese Hampton in the number 2 spot. In fact, with that latest out by Rodriguez, 0 for 7 are the first 3 hitters in the lineup tonight. And really, other than the 1 hit by Ascanio, everybody else has an 0 for as well. Hampton tap dances his way out of the way of that pitch, almost hit him, but got out of the way in time. Ball's 1 strike. Looks over at the first base dugout where Charleston standing is laughing, said he should have taken off on that one. Tied for the team and league lead in stolen bases with 22 with his teammate Jack Reinheimer, who has the night off. Might see him in a pinch hitting role at some point, who knows. 2-1 misses away here, and it's now 3-1. So Hampton trying to be a 2-out base runner for Joseph Rosa, who represent the tying run if he stepped to the plate. And a team that's seen their 2-out hit production increase. Ground ball right side, playable for Kelly, stays low on it, and flips it over to first for out number 3. So Jose Mesa Jr. comes out of the bullpen and gets a 1-2-3 inning once again. And down in order go the Honey Hunters. It remains a 3-1 ball game. On back third of the game we go. We're back right after this here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. 1450 AM, 101 FM, WGNC, Gastonia, Charlotte.
Hey kids, have you seen it? Better yet, have you tried it? It's the new look Watson's Kids Zone at Caramont Health Park. The Watson's Kids Zone is new and improved with a slide that I've heard can give you a view of Charlotte. Allegedly. It is the best game experience possible, and you can find it at Caramont Health Park during every Gastonia Honey Hunters game. The new Watson's Kids Zone at Caramont Health Park. Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park.
Always games being played here inside Caramont Health Park. If you haven't been able to experience it just yet, make sure you get on down at some point this summer. Hot as blazes tonight, but a good crowd on hand for a wind-down Wednesday. Tomorrow, the unoriginal Thirsty Thursday, where they'll head on the road, a 3-game stretch where they will play the best team in the league in Southern Maryland. That comes up this weekend up in Southern Maryland. Before coming back home next week to play the Wild Health Genomes. They'll have a weekend series and then back for one game on the 4th of July to round out the first half, but luckily and hopefully by then they'll have already wrapped up the Southern Division. Randall Delgado back out for a second inning of a 1-2-3 in his first inning. He'll face 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Scott Bertram, Cory Bird, and Jovan Gonzalez. Bertram has grounded out and walked in his 2 plate appearances thus far. He'll take a called strike, 92 mile an hour across the knees on the outside. Black here from Delgado. Has a low to mid-90s fastball. Good breaking ball that can hit both sides of the plate consistently. As this ball rode out into left field, hung it up, and able to oblige on the 1-strike breaking ball and puts it into left field for a leadoff double to Scott Bertram. So a bit of a mistake pitch that time by Delgado. Luckily, he'll get it back, but it'll be with a leadoff double for Scott Bertram. That'll leave it up to Cory Bird. Cory Bird, only a couple games played Charleston so far, but the Charleston, West Virginia native starting hot for his hometown team. And that includes the series. Now 3 for 4 in his 4 at-bats here in Gastonia first 2 games. First pitch from Delgado is square around a bunt. He'll pull back in time. 1-0. Bird kind of has that Cody Bellinger stance where both feet are really close together in the very far back spot of the left-handed batter's box. As that one skies back out of play, but a big-time swoop follow-through, if you will, by Bird when he comes through the zone finally. Now, of course, every guy is going to tell you that they have their own batting stance, but, you know, imitation's the best form of flattery, right? Always have and always will be. Especially in this profession. Ground ball right side, a hot shot, backhanded by Ascanio. He'll flick it on to first for out number 1, but that does advance the runner down just 90 feet away from home at third base and Bertram. So in essence, fielder's choice works as a sacrifice. And that'll bring the infield in here as we're into the back 3 innings of this game in a 2-run ball game. Don't want to let it get out of hand. And trying to make a play at the plate if they can on a hard hit ground ball, or at the very least keep the runner at third Hereby on a ground ball from Gonzalez. He's already bounced into a 4-6-3 double play on the night. That one up around the letters to start the act. Called a ball from Owen Ballard, the fourth behind the plate. Win or lose tonight, they'll be back at it again tomorrow night. Right back here, 6:15 for the series finale. Whether it's a win of the series with 2 locked up today or an evenly split series once again for the 3rd straight week, we'll have another game coming your way here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network, WGNC. Pregame starts at 6, and first pitch, due for 6:15. Mike Glennon alongside you this Wednesday night in Gastonia. 7.5 game lead atop the division right now. Even with a loss, it would stay that way with the High Point Long Island game getting postponed. As Delgado misses out and away to Gonzalez, it's 3-0. Delgado just the .51 ERA so far this season, but that elusive second earned run's just 90 feet away here. That's why the infield is in. It was a leadoff double by Burcham and a ground ball that ushered him over to third. That one called strike. Gonzalez was heading down to first, but he'll take the strike call as he knows that Delgado has to bring him a couple of more. Due up in the bottom of the 7th, Joseph Rosso, Luis Roman, and Raider Ascanio. The lone hit on the game so far for Gastonia is the Raider Ascanio solo shot back in the 5th. Chopper down the left field line here, making a full count now to Jovan Gonzalez as Delgado has crept his way back in. Onis Farfan warming up his left arm down to the bullpen right now here for Gastonia. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Spikes it into the dirt, though, on the fastball there on the payoff pitch. And Gonzalez will walk his way down to first for a 1st and 3rd situation. Also, Stuart Levy will come out from behind the plate and look to the top step of the dugout at Goose Gazzo to figure out what it is he wants to call. Angel Garced will step in to the batter's box in the 9th spot. And we'll see if they try to sacrifice somebody over into scoring position here with 2 outs for the top of the order. Garced bounced into a 6-4-3 double play to end the 3rd and had a ground out to the second baseman. Ascanio his last time up, so did have a home run, though, last night as he caught a hold of a fastball that got way too much of the plate and sent it over the field fence, just his 3rd of the season. As he dances out of the way of a fastball there on the first pitch from Delgado, 1-0. Infield at double play depth with Gonzalez at first and Burcham at 3rd and 1 out here in this top of the 6th in a 3-1 game. Delgado kicks and deals. Out front of the fastball that time, Garced dialed up on it, guessed right, but still across the zone a little too quick. One and one here to Garced. Garced hit 172 this season, 11 hits and 64 tries with that solo shot last night. Fastball out and away here from Delgado, and Delgado at least missing low, but right now over these last 2 hitters starting to lose the strike zone just a little bit low and away. Low pitch was there early in the game, but has started to creep back up, has the strike zone. Two-one count here to the number 9 hitter. Swung on and missed. On the way on a slider that broke well out into the left-handed batter's box, but started middle in. Nasty movement that time by Delgado, and he evens the count here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And looking for a strikeout here to put the pressure on the top of the lineup with the runner just 90 feet away and what could be an important insurance run here in the late innings. Delgado misses outside, full count. Still just one out. Gonzalez, I imagine, going to stay put. Won't go on the pitch, but will be ready on the crack of the bat, especially in a ground ball, trying to beat out a double play. Runner does go. Swung on and missed, strike three. Throw down to second. Not in time. Oh no, they will call him out. As Gonzalez called out and the strike him out, foam out, and the inning will end. Jovan Gonzalez steps up hot as Billy Horn come out and talk. It was a bang-bang play. I thought he might have got the left hand in and ahead of the tag, but no, says the second base umpire. And a strike him out, throw him out will end the inning, and we'll keep it at a 3-1 game. New for the Gastonia lineup when we get back. Rosa, Roman, and Ascanio due up on the bottom half of the seventh as we take our seventh stretch here in the Gas House. Come back and join us back right after this.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home and business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSM since 1927 about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSM since 1927.com. Go Honey Hunters!
Being first. The beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
Bottom of the seventh, final three at-bats here on this Wednesday night for the Honey Hunters. It'll be Joe Rowe, Luis Roman, and Ascanio due up here to face the newest pitcher on the mound in Kevin Secrest. The former 41st round pick by the St. Louis Cardinals back in 2008. Saw some time in the majors with the Cardinals back between 2014 and 2017. And in fact, has not pitched until this season since 2017. Has a .90 ERA and 10 appearances, though, for this Charleston team this season. He comes on trying to keep it where it is as Joe Rowe will pop to the right side of the plate for the first time tonight. He'll also dance out of the way of a first pitch fastball, 1-0. He's trying to get on base, a 3-1 game. A great sequence of plays for Gastonia and what could have been another big inning for Charleston. Started the top half of the seventh inning with a leadoff double. Bertram got all the way around to third on a fielder's choice, but then a strike him out, throw him out is how the inning came to an end and froze that runner at third base and kept it at a 3-1 lead for these final three at-bats here for Gastonia tonight. The 2-0 called a strike to the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike, but still a good hitter's count here for a very good hitter in Joseph Rosa, guy that can fill it up on the stat sheet from both sides of the plate. Right now, though, just looking for a base hit. A lot of room down the left field line as the left fielder Garced shading towards the left center field gap. That ball fought off On a pitch in on the hands and shaking the hand off that time is Joseph Rosa. And I don't care how warm it is, you catch a ball off the handle of a wooden bat, it's going to sting. I promise you that much. Back into the box, 2-2 count. Here it comes from Secrest. Inside, as once again scooting out of the way is Rosa. Now, don't get me wrong, Rosa will guard that plate on both sides of the dish. He will be right on the black of the plate, on the very closest inside part of the batter's box as he can. He'll back out just a hair here on this 3-2 pitch. Popped up right side. Beltre will head towards the first base dugout, looking to find room. He has it, and he'll make the play for out number 1. And Rosa will remain hitless tonight. Kevin Secrest so far, 5 hits, only 1 earned run allowed, 18 strikeouts, and just 3 walks in his 10 innings pitched. So do the math there, almost 2 strikeouts an inning for Secrest so far this season, as Luis Roman will step in. That'll be a first pitch called strike here from Secrest to the left-handed hitter in Roman. Lefty on lefty matchup here for Roman, but he's proven he can hit the ball against lefties. Does have a couple of home runs this season off left-handed pitching. Right now, though, just looking for a base hit. Had a big one last night in the bottom of the 8th that gave them the 8-7 lead. That was indeed the final, as Balaguer came in and shut it down. But right now, Balaguer is still hanging out, as down by 2 are the Honey Hunters, 3-1 here in this bottom of the 7th inning with 1 out. Luis Roman in a 1-1 count. And just kind of guiding the breaking ball across the plate, but just above the knees for a called strike 2. And another 2-strike count here for the Honey Hunters here tonight. Roman hitting .242 this season. Looking for a big base hit here. He smokes one out into right center. That ball's carrying back to the base of the warning track, and the play is made by Cory Bird as he had to hot step it back there to the base of that warning track, but he makes the play over the shoulder either way. And Roman joking with Kevin Secrest there, as Secrest knows Roman just missed that baseball by a stitch or two. But either way, it's 2 up, 2 down here in this bottom of the 7th. That'll bring up Ascanio. He has the lone hit so far in the game for the Honey Hunters, as he hit a solo shot back in the 5th. That is the lone offense thus far. One for 2 tonight, and he winds up and lets one fly on this one, but fouls it back into the screen, trying to duplicate what he did in his last at-bat. It was a fastball down the middle from the righty that he just put the head of the bat to and sent it soaring. That one misses upstairs. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Here to Raider Ascanio. Secrest looking for another clean sheet out of the bullpen. Check swing there by Ascanio. They'll appeal down to first base, but Terrence Jones says no, he did not. That'll flip it to a hitter's count now, 2 balls and a strike. Ascanio going to be sitting fastball. We'll see if Secrest dials one up here. Oh, and there it was. That was the pitch that Ascanio wanted. Fastball just under the letters. That's the one that he hit the home run on last time, but he lines it back into the screen this time around, and it's 2-2. And a chance for a 1-2-3 here for Kevin Secrest. Has 18 strikeouts coming into tonight, looking for number 19 here in the bottom of the 7th. But another one skied out to left center field. Heath will wind up on the warning track for this one to the deepest part of the ballpark, as the oohs and ahs from the crowd thought it might be another one for Ascanio, but instead a fly out will end the inning. And 1-2-3 goes Gastonia in the 7th. On to the final 2 frames we go in a 3-1 game. Gastonia bullpen going to try to keep it where it is when we get back.
Hey kids, have you seen it? Better yet, have you tried it? It's the new look Watson's Kids Zone at Caramont Health Park. The Watson's Kids Zone is new and improved with a slide that I've heard can give you a view of Charlotte. Allegedly. It is the best game day experience possible, and you can find it at Caramont Health Park during every Gastonia Honey Hunters game. The new Watson's Kids Zone at Caramont Health Park. Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park. Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
Gastonia baseball, of course, a proud tradition in the professional ranks, dating all the way back to 1923. First time a professional team came to the Gastonia area. And here we are in 2022, almost a century later, 99 years to be exact, playing on a beautiful Wednesday night in June. Chad Sabaka, the newest member of this Gastonia Honey Hunters team, the former 4th-round pick by the Braves, 6'7", 225, stands every inch of that 6'7", will come on and try to keep it where it is as he starts to dial up the fastball. He will sit mid-90s on the fastball here, and he will start to bring in a heck of a breaking ball as well. Saw Major League action for Atlanta in 3 straight years from 2018 to 2020. Picked up last night during the game, funny enough. The 4th-round pick out of the University of South Carolina upstate, right down the road in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Division I product in the A-Sun Conference. As the curveball beautifully thrown, 84 miles an hour, but they'll say it's a ball. He faces top of the order here in this top half of the 8th inning. Scott Kelly, Nick Heath, and Connor Justice due up. 2-1 pitch here as Sabaka comes set. Leaves the fastball upstairs, 3 balls and a strike. Sabaka started this season as a part of the Nashville organization. That's AAA for Milwaukee. 4.85 ERA in 39 innings, 29 strikeouts to be spoken of. As that one bounces across the top half of the plate for the first walk of his first outing here since making the trip to Gastonia. So 1 on, nobody out here for the number 2 man in the order, Nick Heath. Scott Kelly at first, a guy that can run the bases. And in fact, all 3 times Scott Kelly's been on base here so far in this series, through the first 2 games, he has come around to score in some way, shape, or form. That one missed just to the outside for Sabaka there to the lefty, Nick Heath. A couple of former major leaguers going at it right here in this at-bat. Heath with the Diamondbacks. And Sabaka with the Braves. Curveball into the dirt. Picked out by Levy. Runner stays put, but it's a 2-0 count. Trying to tack on some insurance in the late innings. And here in this park, Charleston has shown a propensity to score in late innings. They've done it now in almost every game that they've played except for the 2-0 shutout last Thursday. Sabaka lets one fly, and it's 3-0. So struggling to find the strike zone here in his first outing since taking the mound here on the artificial turf mound in Gastonia. But another guy that was brought in to bolster, I guess should say, to rebolster this pitching staff after a couple of guys heading on to greener pastures. 3-1, called a strike across the knees. Nick Heath thought it was ball 4, but he'll come back and do it again. Scott Kelly will lead from first. Sabaka does have a high leg kick. As that one roped right side, caught by Tapia, and stepping on first for the double play. Right where he had to be on an absolute rocket off the bat by Nick Heath. And Emmanuel Tapia makes the beautiful glove play, and he steps on first for the double play unassisted. And how about that? 3 unassisted double play, and there's 2 away here for Sabaka. So after not being able to find the strike zone for the first 2 hitters, at least through a 3-0 count, 3 straight strikes and 2 outs. Can't ask for much more out of the bullpen, as Connor Justice will dig in and take one out away for ball 1. Justice 0 for 2 tonight with a walk and was stranded at third base back in the 4th. But that is the lone blemish so far for the pitching staff of Gastonia. 3 runs in the top half of the 4th, only 1 of them earned. And that's the difference in the game right now in a 3-1 score. The count as the breaking ball missed down and in. A little offset stretch that Sabaka works out of, and a check swing line drive foul ball back towards the stands, heads up. As netting right there, but always got to keep your head on the swivel at the ballpark. That'll make it a 2-1 count here to the Cartersville, Georgia native and Connor Justice. Waiting on deck, Nick Longy. 2 outs in the inning and a 2-1 count. Foul tipped off the inner part of the leg there for Stuart Levy, and home plate umpire Owen Ballard the 4th knowing the pain on that one, so he comes out and will give the new ball to Sabaka himself. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Levy will pull the mask up, wipe the sweat from his brow, and he's ready to go. With a 2-2 count, 2 away, here the number 3 here in the order. Sabaka trying to keep it at a 3-1 advantage for the Dirty Birds and get his bats back up for the final 2 at-bats here tonight. Curveball down and in, misses low, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And even the curveball comes in with some velocity, 85 miles an hour. Beautiful sunset here. Days, of course, getting longer. I guess now technically getting shorter. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout for Sabaka. And a big-time inning from the big man, 6'7" righty. Former Atlanta Brave does what he needs to out of the bullpen. And we're on to the bottom of the 8th. Final 2 at-bats for your Gastonia Honey Hunters coming your way when we get back. It'll be Emmanuel Tapia, the pitcher spot, and Jake Skoll due up on the other side here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. WGNC 1450 AM, 101 FM in Gastonia, Charlotte.
The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramont Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramont Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters home game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot this season. That number again, 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, 704-874-1810. Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com.
On to the bottom of the 8th inning. Final 2 at-bats for your Honey Hunters here on this Wednesday night as they try to tie or take the lead here in Game 2 of our 3-game series against Charleston. Charleston trying to even this series at a game apiece for the 3rd straight week and set up a deciding Game 3 as Gastonia try to win their 5th consecutive series in this first half of the 2022 season. Again, High Point in Long Island postponed tonight, so a loss tonight not necessarily too damaging to the hopes of Gastonia. Still have that 7.5 game lead to speak of. But right now, it's up to the bats. Emmanuel Tapia made a heck of a play in the top half of this inning as he caught an absolute frozen rope off the bat of Nick Heath. Stepped on first for the unassisted double play. That was the first 2 outs in the inning. Then Sabaka picked up the strikeout to end it. But now Tapia will step in. He'll face Carrillo. As Francisco Carrillo, the newest right-handed arm on the mound for Charleston. Deep breath here from Carrillo, and the first pitch comes home. Swinging his Tapia a little bit late on the 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and he skies it out of play for strike 1. Tapia 0 for 2 tonight. A strikeout and a ground out so far. The extreme shift being played right now as that one misses low across the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike, but Scott Kelly shading very heavily towards the first base bag as Angel Beltre pretty much on the first base line right now behind the first base bag. Shortstop pretty close to second. Another low fastball comes in for ball 2. And even on a 2-1 count to a guy like Tapia, we'll see if they decide to go to the breaking ball. Sam Bordner warming up in the bullpen right now here for Gastonia. Big rip and a fastball on the 2-1. Got the fastball he wanted, but was behind on it. A little slow on the trigger tonight as Tapia on the fastball. 92 miles an hour there from Carrillo. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. It'll be Luis Castro, the newest pinch hitter, due up next in the pitcher spot. Inside, as it almost undoes the button on the jersey, Tapia will back out away in time. And a full count. Tapia coming into the game hitting .238, 4 home runs, but has struggled in the last couple of weeks throughout this hot going for the team itself. Carrillo watches that pitch go across the knee for ball 4 and a big-time at-bat there by Tapia as he will take his base, and that will bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Luis Castro. Castro had a 8th inning home run back a week ago in that 14-7 win. As he comes on, just trying to put one into the outfield here with nobody out and a runner on first. So Sabaka did his job out of the bullpen, and that will lead it up now to Castro. First pitch comes home here from Carrillo. First pitch hacking. Castro will go up there. He is a free swinger. You've got to make sure if you bring a fastball in the first couple of pitches to Luis Castro that you place it right. Because if you leave it over the plate, he's probably going to put a barrel to it. Out in front of the 91-mile-an-hour fastball there. Pulled it well foul of the third baseline. So Carrillo will come back set. We'll see if he goes with a breaking ball this time around. They'll set up outside here to Castro on the second pitch. It is a breaking ball out and away. Gets behind, but Yovan Gonzalez will keep it just in enough arm's length away to keep Tapia from going to second. You don't want to just give away outs, so if it gets by the catcher, you got to make sure you're a solid into second base if indeed you're going to go in the late innings. And so Tapia not wanting to test it. He'll head back to first. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Castro. Good job to lay off on the early count curveball. They'll go right back to it, and a backhand pick will make it 2-1. Yovan Gonzalez doing a good job tonight, not allowing base runners to advance. Now, that being said, with that latest walk, that now just the third base runner of the night for Gastonia. And that includes the solo shot for Ascanio back in the 5th. So the pitching staff has been lights out tonight for Charleston as Castro will take a strike to the outside corner, 2-2. Jesus Balaguer also getting his arm loose down there in the bullpen right now for Gastonia, just in case. He started to get loose when Tapia took first with nobody out. Jake Skoll waits on deck, then Stuart Levy. Carrillo sends one into the zone, and a late swing there by Castro will line it back out of play. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Castro so far this season a .252 average. Got the night off, at least in the starting category tonight. 30 hits with 17 RBIs, but right now he'd take just a base hit and move the runners over to try to keep this inning going. Or start a rally, if you will. Another one out in front of the breaking ball. It was a 3-2 pitch, but we'll redo it. And at the very least, if you're Gastonia, you'd love to see minimum 1 run here in the 8th. That way you go into the 9th and it's a little less gap to look up at on the scoreboard. Of course, ideally you'd love to take a lead, but sometimes not necessarily in the cards, all in one fell swoop. So Castro will choke up just a little bit higher here on the bat. Another 3-2. They'll set up outside again for the 3rd straight pitch. Fastball chopped away, and a good fight here by Castro in the box as he's making Carrillo throw some pitches. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. At the very least, giving the man behind him and Jake Skoll a couple of pitches to time Carrillo on the fastball and the breaking ball. Carrillo looks into Yovan Gonzalez, who says, just take a breath. Always can be a bit frustrating when you just can't find that out pitch for some reason. Another full count. That one lined out into center, but Nick Heath right there takes a couple of steps to his left for out number 1. Got the fastball, got good contact to it, but the atom ball goes right to Nick Heath. And it's 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th for Jake Skoll now as he'll step into the left-handed batter's box. 0 for 1 tonight with a walk, a stolen base, and a pop-out. Runner at first base, Skoll the tying run. He's hit a couple of game-tying home runs in this park this season. looking for a little late inning magic here in the bottom of the 8th of the Honey Hunters on this Wednesday night. First pitch from Carrillo. First pitch hacking on the fastball. They set up outside, but that ball trickled a little bit farther back over the plate than where Carrillo wanted it. Luckily, though, Skoll a bit underneath, and he fouls it straight back, strike one. Skoll, the 15th overall pick back in 2010 by the Texas Rangers. Of course, bounced around the minor leagues, ended up going back to the University of Georgia to play football, and then re-entered into minor league baseball, got as high as the AA level, and back for his second season here in Gastonia. Another one in here to Skoll. That ball launched down the right field line. If it stays fair, it has the distance, but it is foul as that ball rocketed off the bat of Skoll, but he was just a little bit out in front of the 90-mile-an-hour pitch. And a long, loud strike number 2 there as Carrillo will take an extra second to throw a little more rosin on his hand before he takes the ball here on the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. That was the pitch and the swing that Skoll needed. Just need to straighten it out. Now down in the count comes Skoll as he digs back in. Carrillo, fastball outside, called strike 3. As Skoll does not agree, but it's a called strike 3 either way, 2 away. And the runner will stay put at first. So Carrillo getting a call on that one. And Skoll saying that same pitch earlier in the at-bat, not called a strike, but that one was. So that'll leave it up with 2 outs to Stuart Levy. A big man with 2 outs last night. Both of his home runs coming with 2 outs. One of his home runs coming with 2 outs in the inning. That being the 3-run shot in the second inning of last night. Hit a game-tying home run in the bottom of the 7th on the first pitch he saw to lead off the 7th inning. As he takes a pitch out and away here to start the at-bat. First strikeout for Carrillo. 6th on the night for the Gastonia lineup. That just has not been able to do very much against this bullpen and the starter Walker Weichel. We said still just the 1 hit in the ball game. That solo shot back in the 5th by Ascanio is the lone offense. And the runner and Tapia at first base, just the third base runner all night long. Here for this Honey Hunters lineup that had double-digit hits and 8 runs last time out. The ebbs and flows of baseball, though, always an off night. As now Levy will sky one out right field. Long run to the wall, trying to get there and make an acrobatic play is Cory Bird, but it's out of play for the first strike of the at-bat. Cory Bird went full speed into that right field fence. The foul territory fence, that is, as he tried to get up and over to make the play, but it was just too far out of his reach. Tough effort there on a foul ball. Levy with a .233 average, those 3 home runs, both of them, 2 of the 3 coming last night. 22 RBIs, but all he wants to do is get a single here to get it back to the top of the order for Hurley Rodriguez. Deep breath from Carrillo. Another one skied back. That'll even the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Levy wanted to know if that was going to be a called strike if he didn't swing at it. It was a high fastball that he climbed the ladder a bit on. Not necessarily an unhittable pitch, but a tough one to really square up. So he'll dig in with 2 strikes against him with 2 outs and that runner at first. Tapia, the leadoff walk, hasn't been able to move since. He struck him out to the outside corner. And once again, they'll strand that base runner down there at first. Carrillo comes up big. And through 8 innings here in Gastonia, it remains 3-1. On to the 9th we go, as Sam Bordner will be out on the mound for Gastonia when we get back here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. Don't go anywhere.
Get social with your favorite baseball team at Go Honey Hunters on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. That's at Go Honey Hunters on all of our social media platforms. Since 1927, GSM Services has been the experts for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or drafty rooms, high utility bills, nasty crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and dryer vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more. GSM Services, your one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a free home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about any comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
What could be better this summer than a honey?
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Sam Bordner will take the mound. On to the 9th inning we go. It'll be Nick Longy, Angel Beltre, and Scott Bertram due up 4, 5, and 6 in the order for Charleston, who's up 3-1 here in this final frame. Sam Bordner steps in. He's been having a heck of a year so far, has the big righty. Bordner coming into tonight. A 3.07 ERA, 29 in the 3rd innings pitched. Has struck out 20 and walked just 8. And he'll look to keep the score right where it is for his lineup in the bottom half of the 9th inning. It'll be top of the order due up for the Honey Hunters in the bottom half of this 9th inning. As Bordner's first pitch comes home to Longy, it's a called ball outside. And we're back underway on what has been a pitcher's duel kind of night. 3 runs in the 4th for the Charleston Dirty Birds, all zeros other than that. And 1 hit and 1 run for Gastonia tonight. So just the 4 hits and the 4 runs combined between both teams here this evening. Big rip there by Longy on the 1-0. Swings and misses, 1 ball and a strike. Either way, series finale coming your way tomorrow night. As another big rip, Longy head already pointing out to the parking lot, hoping he could catch a hold of one and put it out of here instead. He'll fall behind 1-2. Spent pretty much all of last year at AA, AAA, did Nick Longy. As he swings and misses, strike 3, 94 on the gun that time by Bordner. 3 straight power fastballs for the strikeout to start the 9th inning for the big righty. Bordner out of Ohio. A fantastic pitcher. And like I said, making his name known, a 16th round pick by the Marlins in 2018. Went to the University of Louisville. 84 innings pitched, a 2.04 ERA in his career with 89 strikeouts. And first pitch curveball misses away to Angel Beltre here to start his at-bat in the 9th. 1 away, trying to keep it at a 3-1 game to go to the bottom half of the 9th inning with the top of the lineup due up to try to make something happen. That ball skied out right side. Beltre catches a hold of one. To the track, to the wall, and it's gone. And the insurance run for Charleston on a fastball left over the middle by Bordner. And Beltre puts it over the right center field fence. And it's a 4-1 game here in Gastonia in the top of the ninth. And that is the insurance run they've been waiting on since back in that fourth inning. First run scored by either team since the fifth. And Beltre puts the barrel of the bat to it and sends one out of here. His fifth home run of the season will give him a 4-1 cushion here in the ninth. As first pitch called a strike to Burcham, here is the next guy up. First home run of the night for the Charleston Dirty Birds. Off the fist that time of Burcham. An easy pickup by Ascanio at second as he fires it on over to Toppy at first for out number 2. Good bounce back by Bordner. A little jam shot that time. As that'll bring up Cory Bird now. 1 for 3 tonight is Bird in the number 7 hole out in right field. So trying to limit the damage to just the one run on the solo shot by Beltre. And you can hear it off the bat of Beltre. That had every sound of a home run. Solid contact right off the meat of the bat as now Bird skies one down the left field line. Hampton doesn't see it as it goes foul, so it'll land innocently onto the turf in foul territory for strike one. Hampton didn't see it off the bat. Roman was going to try to get there, but they are shading Bird in that lefty pull hitter type shift, and so it is a long run to cover the foul territory here at Caramount Health Park, that's for sure. Top 9 in a 4-1 game after the solo shot from Angel Beltre made it a 3-run lead for the first time tonight. As that ball skied back and out of play. 0-2 now here to Cory Bird. A little 81 mile an hour off speed that time as Bird, a late guess at it, fouls it out of play. Bordner kicks and deals. Fastball just missed, said Owen Ballard behind the plate. Not sure where, but they'll say probably inside. 1-2. Tough break for Bordner, but he'll have to come back and do it again. Levy will set up outside. Here comes the pitch. Down and in, though, is where the pitch locates on that follow through by Bordner. That'll even us up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cory Bird just getting picked up a couple of games ago. Charleston, West Virginia kid playing for his local team in the professional ranks here. Formerly the West Virginia Power, this year rebranding themselves as the Charleston Dirty Birds. Fastball popped out into right field. Skoll will come on to make the play for out number 3, but not before. Angel Beltre catches a hold of a Bordner fastball and makes it a 4-1 game. We go to the bottom of the ninth, down by 3. Top of the order due up. We'll see what they got when we get back here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network on the other side of the break.
The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramount Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramount Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill. Don't miss out on all the action at Caramount Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters home game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot this season. That number again, 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, 704-874-1810. Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com. Find out where your honey hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Ticket information, www.gohoneyhunters.com. If you're looking for the latest game day fashion or wanting to bring a group to Caramount Health Park, gohoneyhunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is gohoneyhunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com. Fans make
Bottom of the ninth inning. Top of the order due up as they will face the save specialist for Charleston and Tyler Wilson. 8 saves on the season for Tyler Wilson, a .78 ERA. In 23 innings pitched, has allowed just 10 hits and only 2 earned runs with 27 strikeouts and 8 walks allowed, as he will come on and try to slam the door shut for a Game 2 win and even this series at a game apiece on this Wednesday night. Series finale coming up tomorrow. We'll be back on the call. Mike Lennon alongside you here tonight and tomorrow as well. They'll head on the road for this weekend for a 3-game set up in Southern Maryland against the league's best team. The 2 best teams in the league going at it this weekend as a chance for Southern Maryland to clinch as of tomorrow night. They can clinch the league in the top half, in the Northern Division, I should say, for the first half of the season. It'll be Hurley Rodriguez, Reese Hampton, and Joe Rowe due up here in the bottom of the ninth as the last gas effort down by 3 after the solo shot in the top of this inning by Engel Beltre made it a 4-1 lead for Charleston. But if you're playing the law of averages and numbers, this is the part of the order that's going to get the job done for you. Haven't done it, though, tonight. 3 of them combined 0 for 9, but first pitch swinging is Rodriguez. Just missed the ball to the opposite field as Garcet will take it in for out number 1. 1 pitch from Wilson, and down to the final 2 outs goes Gastonia. Not a bad pitch, got aggressive on a fastball, but just missed it. The oohs and the ahs from the home faithful as they thought that one might have had enough, but it dies just shy of the wall. Reese Hampton steps up. Again, 0 for 10 now as the top 3 in the order in this one-hitter right now for this Charleston, West Virginia team. Looking to return the favor from the series finale back on Thursday of last week, when Gastonia combined for that 3-hit for the 1-hit shutout. First pitch from Wilson across the knee for strike 1 to Hampton on the inside corner. Hampton with a couple of bounce outs and a line out so far this evening. That ball fouled back and out of play, and this, besides a couple of solo shots, it really has been a pitcher's duel here tonight. Especially on the side of Charleston, just the 1 hit allowed by anybody. And 4 hits allowed and 4 runs along with those 4 hits by the Gastonia bullpen, as that one called a strike to the outside corner on the breaking ball, 1-2. Joseph Rosa waiting on deck, trying to get a man on ahead of him. Wilson looking in, talking with the catcher, Jovan Gonzalez. And in fact, looks like they will switch it to a 2-1 count. And that was what the confusion was. Tyler Wilson was asking where it missed. Home plate umpire Owen Ballard said inside. And now it's 1-2, so they were right originally. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Hampton going to have to protect here on the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch coming home. Fastball as he lines it back into the screen. Frustrated with himself as that fastball was about knee high. He caught a little more of the zone than I think Wilson would have liked. Wilson, the 32-year-old 13th rounder by the Boston Red Sox back in 2008. Out of Armucci High School down in Rome, Georgia. Has been in the independent ranks or the foreign leagues since back in 2013, though. As that ball skipped in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Played his entire minor league organization ball in the Boston Red Sox. Made it as high as the single-A level. Couldn't quite get past that. This season, though, having a bounce-back year, that is for sure. As a curveball swung on and missed by Hampton. Goes and tries to get it, but can't catch up, and it's 2 away. Down to their final out goes Gastonia here on this wind-down Wednesday night.
Your shortstop, Joseph Rosa.
Final chance here to extend the ball game is Joseph Rosa. Two strikeouts and a pop-out for Joseph Rosa tonight. Bit of an uncharacteristic Rosa game, but either way, just the 1 hit in 7 tries in the series so far. Curveball misses out and away to start the at-bat, 1-0. Rosa, a guy that can put a stretch of 7, 8, 9 games together where he hits multi-hit games, so Goose Gatso, of course, will take the 1-hit games every once in a while. Ooh, inside, gets out of the way there. Wilson, of course, not trying to hit him, but almost did, 2-0. Luis Roman waits on deck, hoping he can get an at-bat here tonight in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nobody on, 2 outs in a 4-1 game as Wilson trying to slam the door shut here for his 9th save of the season. 2-1 now as that ball fouled into the screen on the 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Came in on the hands. Rosa saw it, liked it, but was a little bit behind. Former Seattle Mariners product. We'll watch the curveball come across the shoelaces for ball 3. And now a hitter's count for sure, as Tyler Wilson going to have to stay tight and bring him a couple. Deep breath here from Rosa as he digs back in, trying to prolong the game just a bit. They'll set up outside here on the fastball. Skied up right side. Playable on the infield, and that should do it as third baseman Scott Burcham comes in, loses it for a second, but makes the play for out number 3. And a quick game 2 here on a Wednesday night, a 4-1 win as the series now even at a game apiece. After the pop-up out there, Tyler Wilson will pick up the 3-out save. That'll give the win to Walker Weichel. The loss will go to Ian McKenney. And Gastonia will fall to 37-17. They'll still hold on to at least a 7-game lead atop the South Division, though. Still one more game in the series coming your way tomorrow night. We'll take a break. We'll talk about it when we get back and wrap things up here from Gastonia on the other side of the break on the Gastonia Honey Hunters Radio Network. 1450 AM, 101 FM, WGNC.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers